KTFM Floresville, your home for the Blitz with Jason and Joe on YouTube and always at sasportstar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
How about them Spurs? They're off to the Western Conference semifinals after eliminating the Blazers in 5 games, closing it out last night with a 114-95 win. 6 Spurs scored in double figures, led by De'Aaron Fox's 21 points. Julian Champagnie added 19, Wemby 17, 14 boards and 6 blocks. Spurs now await the winner of the Minnesota and Denver series with the Timberwolves holding a 3-2 lead.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
A beautiful hump day after a Spurs win last night. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix, and he's back. He's
back.
happy.
Well,
a Spurs win will cure anything.
Yeah, it certainly does help. Boy, I've had a crappy 24 hours. Not that anybody gives a damn, but
Nobody gives a
the
damn.
allergies are bad. Turned into a sinus infection that turned into an ear infection, which I've never in my life had an ear infection. I didn't know it was an ear infection, but yesterday around, 12:30, I just couldn't see my computer. I couldn't focus. I was dizzy.
Yeah.
I was like, something ain't right, man. I got to go. And I never leave like that close to a show, and I've done a lot of shows when I probably shouldn't. If I'm out sick, I'm dying. And I go to the urgent care, and they're like, yeah, you got this, that, and get a good steroid shot, which meant I was up all night. I woke up at 5 a.m. today. Just because you get the steroid shot, you don't
You're
sleep.
sleeping.
Yeah.
You don't
sleep.
All right.
I mean, I went home right after the doctor, and I probably slept from, 2:30 to like 6.
I hear what steroids do to other things, too, on your body.
Well, I don't take enough of that for that to matter.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you might know from personal experience, but, I'm not that kind of steroid.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
Clear this crap up. And then, dealing with all that, and, I got one of those fancy-ass devices that sucks all the snot out of your nose.
Jeez, dude.
Dude.
I just had lunch.
Dude, you have no idea. That's great. I mean, and because I ordered it on Amazon. The doctor was like, yeah, you probably need to do this because your allergies are so bad they're just kind of stuck in there. You got to get all that gunk out. She told me what to buy on Amazon. I did that this morning. It clears you up in a hurry, but
That's
you
good.
do question your life choices while that is going on. So I've had a day, and then on the way in, a damn rock hit my windshield on 1604.
Well, it's a bad day, bad 24 hours, except for the fact that the
Spurs
win, and
Yeah.
and that cures everything. And I tell you what, and not to brag because I wasn't sticking my neck out at all. We talked about it yesterday. The game went exactly the way I thought it would.
Really?
Spurs would get out to a fast start and not mess around with this team, and that's exactly what happened. I know everybody's like, well, Portland made a run there. No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No, they
you
didn't.
can't
Come
tell
on.
me that
They
you weren't
didn't.
getting a little bit nervous.
No, not at all.
Oh, I was.
I
I mean,
wasn't
they were in
nervous.
complete control, but that second half, both teams were ice cold. And I don't know if you watched the Philly-Boston game before when Boston went completely ice cold in the fourth quarter, and you're watching the Spurs, dude, I mean, because there was one point, man, get Wemby out. He doesn't need to play anymore.
Yep.
No, bring Wemby back in. And, when they got it to single digits, I got to tell you, man, all I was thinking was game 2 and them blowing that 14-point lead with 8 minutes to play.
That was not going to happen. De'Aaron Fox to the rescue. 13 points in the fourth quarter. How about De'Aaron Fox? That guy the last 2 games has really been the stud of the group. I mean, obviously Wemby is Wemby, but De'Aaron Fox, man, that's why the Spurs went out, got him. That's why the Spurs paid him the money they're paying him to do stuff like he did last night and in Game 4. And props to De'Aaron Fox.
What I loved about last night's game, and it really does go and underscore stuff that you and I have talked about here on the Blitz for weeks that maybe the national shows are just starting to pick up on. Because I heard Greeny talking about this morning on Get Up. They were just all amazed that the Spurs were winning as big as they were with Wemby not being the offensive focal point. And we've known this for a long time.
Yeah.
They're defensively reliant on Wemby, yes. But offensively, Wemby doesn't have to be the volume scorer. He should always be the one option, but they play good team basketball. And if one guy's having an off night, other guys are able to pick up the slack. Last night they just played within the game. Wemby took 7 shots for the entire game.
I don't think he didn't have many points at all in the first half.
No.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but it wasn't many.
But as a starter, the starting 5, he had the fewest shots of the starting 5, yet it's not like other teams, if their superstar is not getting their shots or their shots aren't going, then they're screwed. And with the Spurs, that's not the case. And I know we've talked about it a lot here, and it kind of feels like the national guys are just realizing, you know what? There's a lot of really good players on this team besides Victor.
It's a pretty good team. Before we put the Blazers to bed, man, congrats to Thiago Splitter. He's probably going to get screwed, and even if he gets that job, he's not going to get paid worth a damn. But that team, they are scrappy.
Yep.
They never gave up. They played hard last night, and throughout the whole series, in fact, and just – you think what could have been if not for a couple of comebacks in Portland, and this could be a series that's still going on right now. So props to Portland. They need to go out and find themselves a three-point shooter because they really don't have one. Look, Avia is a scorer, but he likes to drive to the bucket. They need to go find themselves a consistent, reliable three-point shooter.
Yeah, I know it's at the beginning of this series in games 1 and 2, you look at where Portland is right now. They are exactly where we thought the Spurs were going to be this year.
True.
Good, scrappy, and a team on the rise. Obviously, the Spurs are way ahead of that. But coming into this season, seeing what Portland was able to do this year, that was our goal in October.
Yeah,
September, October, what you saw Portland do was get into the playoffs, get a playoff win, and have hope for the future. Like, we've got something here that we could build on. Now, we've moved the goalpost tremendously here in San Antonio in reference to this Spurs team, but what you're seeing out of Portland is where we thought this San Antonio team would be at the beginning of the year. And clearly, Brian Wright and the Brain Trust knew better because a lot of us were wondering what trades they should make and, do we go after this person or do we go after that person in the offseason? I know I'm guilty of thinking about how Kevin Durant would look here. The Giannis talk, the Lauri Markkanen talk, the do we really need all these guards? And you know what? They didn't make any moves. And it's not like we were mad at it, but we all wanted to, quote-unquote, skip steps.
Well, it's not about skipping. I didn't want Kevin Durant here from the get-go. That dude he's a locker room killer, and Houston is finding that out for themselves right now. And so I'm glad he's nowhere near San Antonio. He can go wherever else he wants. Now, Giannis is a different story, but it would have taken breaking up what we've got here. So Brian Wright and the Brain Trust knew a lot better than a lot of Spurs fans did. And it's working out pretty well. Obviously, look, we're happy they closed out the first. There's a long way to go before we get to where everybody wants the Spurs to be at the end of the year. But it's a pretty good start. Get rid of Portland and move on. Now we wait for Minnesota or Denver.
Well, that's it. Minnesota or Denver. They play tomorrow night.
Which sucks. Why the hell do they got to wait 2 days in between their games? NBA.
Well, every game's on national TV. So, I mean, I want to know, get that series over with or get it to a Game 7, because when is Game 1 going to be? It will be in San Antonio, Games 1 and 2, obviously, but we don't know when. If Minnesota somehow is beat up as they are, can win at home tomorrow night, then I would expect Game 1 to probably be on Sunday. If there's a Game 7, that's going to be in Denver on Saturday, so you're probably looking at Tuesday, Wednesday before Game 1 of the semifinals.
Which gives the Spurs about a week off.
Yep.
And so Mitch Johnson now is tasked with the job of keeping that team ready to go and fired up. Obviously a day off today, but I would imagine they'll hit the gym and he'll keep them going and fresh and fired up and ready.
Well, and the days off here, just from the rest, this team is as healthy as you're going to be at the beginning of May, but seeing Steph Castle holding his hand some last night, you got a jam thumb that you're dealing with. These couple days off is going to be really good for San Antonio. Plus, whoever they get are coming off of a longer, grueling series, and if it is Minnesota, they're going to be shorthanded. If it's Denver, then they will have gone 7 games in the first round. Oklahoma City. I don't want to jump ahead.
I'm not worried about that. Honestly, I wish they didn't have this long off, quite frankly. I would rather they not have a week off. But it is what it is, and we'll go for them, because I clearly believe Denver's going to win this series in 7 games. I just don't think that Minnesota can't hang with them without their 2 scorers, without their 2 offensive juggernauts, and it's going to be awfully tough to do. Now, anything can happen, and it is possible, and Minnesota is at home tomorrow night, but I just don't see that happening. I think it's going to be a San Antonio-Denver series, and that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, and quite frankly, the Minnesota series just wouldn't excite me that much. The Spurs should roll through Minnesota without Ant and without DiVincenzo. So it all depends on what you want. You want the easy path, or you want a little more difficult path? And obviously, we don't have anything to say about it.
Well, this is true, but if you're honest with yourself, the easiest path is the one we all take, right?
The hell does that mean?
We all take the easy path. We all take the easy path. Now, if you ask the Spurs like Steph Castle, you're going to get this kind of answer.
Of course.
It doesn't matter to me. I think I've watched every game so far, but it doesn't really matter to me. We're gonna have to see one of them eventually. So, I don't think we're needing any extra time to, wait and see which one we're gonna play. I think we're ready.
And there you go. You just hear Steph Castle. They don't want to wait around a week.
No.
These kids are ready to play. They're playing good ball. They don't want to wait around a week, but unfortunately they may have to, and they got to figure out how to deal with it, and that's all part of the playoff experience. And so we'll see what happens tomorrow night and when this second round series begins. I'm looking forward to it, man. I am looking forward to it. We heard from Steph Castle right there. We're going to hear from Wemby and Fox and Mitch Johnson and a lot of the Spurs after last night's game. Obviously very happy, but obviously ready to get it on, and their goals have not yet been met. We'll talk about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
I've taken up candle making.
Nigel, the whole office smells like wet dog and gym socks.
My nose is highly refined.
Folks, if your home smells a little off, it might be your AC. Portamoon's Breathe Easy package pulls and deep cleans your blower motor, blower wheel, and housing, cleans your coil in place, disinfects the inside of your AC cabinet, and installs a UV light to help zap bacteria and other nasties hiding in your unit. All for just $6.95.
Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899. License number TACLA 141-074-EM16004.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Individual results may vary.
Right now I have 24 different units. I think that's 15 separate properties. I trust Ownwell with all my properties. I trust them to fight for me with the appraisal district as best that they can. And they've done a very good job. Ownwell is making my life more efficient, making me a better landlord. Using Ownwell, I've saved on average about $10,000 a year. That's a lot of money.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be reduced. Ownwell combines savvy technology and deep local expertise to save real estate owners real money. Want to see how much Ownwell can save you on your property taxes? Just enter an address and see your tax savings estimate. See how much you can save with Ownwell right now. Text SAVE to 64,000. Text SAVE to 64,000. That's SAVE to 64,000.
We have meaningful basketball being played in San Antonio for the first time in years, and you know the Roof Hub has proven to be the best place to go watch the games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roof Hub, show up hungry. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roof Hub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
There's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. Rising energy prices, fragile supply chains, even threats of food shortages. It's no surprise that millions of American families are starting to take preparedness seriously. That's why My Patriot Supply created Family Preparedness Starter Packs. 1 full week of food for everyone in your family. Plus water filtration, cooking tools, and backup power. All for as little as $100 per person. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com to get prepared today. That's MyPatriotSupply.com.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Spring into savings this truck month at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville, your 6-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year. Lease a 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew LT for $589 a month, 0 down. Or drive a 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew Custom for $36,999. New heavy duties have 3.9% financing, no payments for 90 days. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes by Loop 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the Spurs await the next victim. We'll get you ready for Denver, Minnesota, what happened in the closeout games the night before, and more NFL talk as they're working out up at the Star. Party's going to be fun. Set your alarm. It starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Jason, but watching that game last night, man, it was so cool to see just everybody with a sense of urgency, everybody coming out strong. The Spurs did not want to go down double digits and have to fight their way back in the 3rd consecutive game, and they didn't do that last night. Took control of that thing right away.
Yeah, right away from the jump. Let off the gas a little bit in the 4th quarter. Portland made a run. As you kind of expected, they're a good, scrappy team, but as soon as they did, either Fox or Wemby made a shot that 8 went back to 12, 14. The block, which I've never seen somebody block over the backboard before. Like he volleyballed that. And I know if you were watching last night, because you were, Doris Burke kept looking at Wemby's dad going, he's so stoic. I saw April Lancira call him the Kurt Signetti of parents. You just never know the expression, right? But
yeah,
then,
it's pretty simple. I win.
Yeah, well, and obviously Wemby's dad's DNA is a winner, right? But he didn't even smirk like, holy crap, when that block over the backboard.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I don't know about you, and I'm probably going to piss people off by saying this, but I really don't care. Doris Burke was driving me crazy last night.
Mm-hmm.
She tries to be funny, and she's not. Just don't be funny. Stay in your lane. She's trying to be funny, and it's like, you're not funny. Just do your job, and you'll be just fine. I think she's a good analyst. She knows what's going on. She's got a good grasp of the game, but she's not a comedian.
No.
She was driving me nuts last night. I'm telling you. Doris,
come on. I love San Antonio.
I do too.
There's video, and I saw this last night, and somehow because, they're listening. As we're talking about the Spurs win, it's now at the top of my Twitter feed. This video of the fire on the military drive last night where they were pouring the gasoline out. Dude, this is what we're doing after a first-round win.
First-round win.
Now, I realize it's been like 9 years since we won a playoff series. I can't wait till we win a title. Because that's the one thing. San Antonio does celebrate, but we've never had the riots. We just have craziness.
Yes.
We need to keep it that way.
Yes.
Gasoline on the street and lighting it on fire, probably
don't do that.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah. But I love that everybody's just out having fun. The excitement level of what the Spurs playoff run is doing for our city. And again, I feel like we've missed this. Remember last year?
Oh, no doubt.
Last year in April, when I went to the Cross Canadian Ragweed concert in Stillwater, and I was staying in Oklahoma City, and their whole downtown area, their Riverwalk knockoff, all of that. But I remember coming back saying, man, I miss that, because everywhere you went last year in Oklahoma City, the flags, the banners, the jerseys, everywhere. I remember coming back saying how much I miss that. And we're seeing it here again. Everywhere you're going right now, you're seeing people wearing all their Spurs gear and the fun that a playoff run will do to bring this community together.
Absolutely. And look, I love it. To me, it's a little premature, but who cares? That's what people want to do. Get out there and do it, and I'm glad they are. People are having fun. The Spurs are back. It brings the city together like nothing else, and so you want to go party down in military and honk and wave your signs and all that, do it, man. I am all for it, and props to you. Love it.
100%.
Yeah.
What a game. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. I don't know where to start with last night's game. Offensively, the way they spread it around, or defensively. That defensive effort, Mitch Johnson said, was just incredible.
That's a good effort. If you don't know anything else on the surface level, when you talk about, excuse me, but 5 NBA games and 3 of them didn't go over 100, and then the 2 that did were 106 and 108. If you just take that on face value, that's a job well done. And then, I think we had a few games where the second chance points hurt us. We had a few games where the points off our turnovers hurt us. And so when you actually put that into the equation, that means the half-court defense was maybe even a little better than some of those numbers would say. And so a lot of room for improvement and some things to take away that we've done a good job on that we continue to be better at.
Well, no doubt. And obviously, as a coach, he's going to say that there's always something to improve on,
sure.
and that's for sure. Look, Julian Champagnie got the party started last night. I mean, he hits his first 3 threes, and that kind of set the tone. I mean, and Spurs got out to a lead, and he was on fire last night in that first quarter. So, props to him, and it's good to see him shooting that way, because there have been some games in this series that he wasn't much of a factor at all. Last night he was, especially early on.
Yeah, no, such a interesting game because it got boring in a hurry. Boring in a good way.
Sure.
Right? Because the Spurs were just so in control from the get-go. And the only question that I had watching at that point was, will the Spurs extend, or is Portland going to make a run because they're scrappy? And they did make a run, but it's not often that you get excited about watching defense, right? But with Wemby and his blocks, it is exciting. But the great defense leading to the offense that they had, and again, Wemby not involved at all, seemingly offensively, at least with shooting the basketball. His presence is certainly there, but just the way they were spreading the ball around, and the lead was just, all right, is this going to be competitive, or is Portland going to quit? Which you kind of knew they weren't. You knew they weren't, and then it was getting chippy. I know we're gonna love to hate Denny for a long time in San Antonio, right? If that little rivalry is brewing, it kind of feels like he and Castle don't like each other. Kind of feels like he and Wemby truly don't like each other.
I don't know if Avia likes anybody. He doesn't look like he likes anyone. to be quite honest with you.
Well, and he really hates that fan that was working really hard with the chipped tooth. Yeah, that was some creative effort.
Yeah, that was pretty damn funny, without a doubt. But, yeah, obviously, he's a good player. But he's a player that likes to get inside. And he just could not do that in this series with Wemby there. And Wemby forcing – and when Wemby was out in Game 3, it was a different story. But he just couldn't get it done. Not with Wemby blocking the bucket.
No, and while we talk about this group and their first playoff series and playoff series win for Wemby, really for De'Aaron Fox, for so many of them. But Mitch Johnson, through his first playoff series, he was asked last night, what did he learn from this experience?
Yeah, I think, all the things that are discussed regarding the playoffs are real, obviously. The physicality, the competitiveness, every single possession is survival. And I think when you play a team every single day that you play a game, it comes a lot less of cute strategy. And I think there's a lot of ways that I can continue to help these guys more than I did these 5 games, but it was a whole lot of fun and they did a great job. And I was just really pleased with their competitive response again against a team that I think has been as competitive and as physical as we've seen all year. And not just during the playoffs, that was during the regular season as well.
And, he's right. What were the Blazers were down 28 at one time. 28 points at one time. It would have been really easy for them to pack it in and say this is over and done, but they kept coming, and they kept coming, and they kept coming. And I credit Tiago Splitter with a lot of that, man. And I just think what's happening to that guy is so unfair there in Portland, and I think he deserves better.
He does. And again, the circumstances in which he took over that team, for them to make it where they did. But I think the same for the Spurs, who we talk about the national types are seemingly really starting to take notice, but hard to figure out this Spurs team if you don't watch them on a day-in, day-out basis. And Wemby talked about the identity of this group.
Our identity? Great. We did discuss about not changing what we do, just correcting little things and doing everything the same but better. And we've kept trusting the game plan. And what I like is we resorted to going back to the game plan and going back to trusting each other in moments where it was hard. So that's a statement in how much we trust each other and how much we trust the process.
And what that really means is how much he trusts Mitch Johnson.
Absolutely.
When things were bad, going back to the game plan, knowing that it isn't going to work. Nobody trying to play hero ball and just completely take over.
Very true, and until they needed it. And then De'Aaron Fox stepped up. Look, De'Aaron Fox has played extremely well in the last 2 games. And he is the guy that the Spurs went out and got to do exactly what he is doing right now. And listen to what Mitch Johnson said about De'Aaron Fox after last night's game.
He's done this in his career. He was the clutch player of the year for a reason. He's in a different situation now in terms of, at times, having the basketball in his hands at that volume every single night in the fourth quarter. And he may be as good as any player I've ever seen in terms of balancing how to play off it and then when to go on it. And when he gets on it, he doesn't mess around and he gets right to it. And when we help him with our organization and our spacing and to give him space to operate, we'll be even that much better. But he took over the game clearly again tonight.
There's no doubt he did. And this guy, and again, when the Spurs traded for him, we were thrilled.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of stuff like this that he can do. And I know a lot of Spurs fans were upset with him early in this series because, well, quite frankly, he wasn't playing well. But the last 2 games hopefully showed everybody what De'Aaron Fox means to this basketball team and why the Spurs need him desperately if they're going to compete for a championship.
And, the Teammate of the Year voting results got announced a couple hours ago. De'Aaron Fox came in 8th. DeAndre Jordan wins. Drew Holiday was 2. Jeff Green was 3rd. But I think if for the Spurs, I think that award would either go to Fox or Keldon, right?
Well, sure, absolutely.
One of the two, and maybe Fox, because here was a guy that had to go from being the guy to know he was going to be not the guy because it's Wemby's team.
Sure.
And still wanted to get traded here. And he has played within that role. Sometimes it's Steph Castle getting more shots. Sometimes, it's Devin Vassell. Sometimes Julian. And when Fox is needed to take over, he will take over. The pick and roll game that he and Wemby have developed has been incredible. What an incredible addition. And, yeah, there were times at the beginning of the year you wondered, well, he's a very tradable piece. Do the Spurs need to make that move? And it's interesting because the Spurs didn't make moves. In the offseason, with all the discussion, with big-name guys, not big-name guys, guard-heavy, all of that, could the Spurs go find that, and I know I wanted it, a sniper. Go get me that deadly three-point shooter. Wemby said, not making a move, should have gotten Brian Wright an award.
It hasn't really, all this talk hasn't really impacted my train of thoughts because we are involved with the team and the team's future and how we're going to approach things. So I wasn't really speculating about anything or about getting any player. And yeah, I know Brian knows who we are and trusts the process, and he should get Executive of the Year also for not making a move.
Or the patience that he showed because fans, including me, we're screaming for Devin Vassell. He's a tradable piece. Keldon Johnson, tradable piece. Let's get somebody in here. Julian Champagnie, I think, helped with that because he did develop into the guy that could hit a three-pointer consistently. And maybe that made the decision a little bit easier for the Spurs because he has really developed into that shooter that everybody's been looking for. Not quite as consistent as I would like to see him on a regular basis, but man, when he's hot, he's hot. And last night, at least early on, he was hot.
Mm-hmm. On to the second round.
Wow. We just now have to wait for Minnesota and Denver, and damn it, they don't play till tomorrow night. That really sucks, doesn't it? It really does. But it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. So let's switch gears for just a minute. Lots of Spurs talk coming up. We're going to continue with that for sure. But we're going to talk a little Cowboys football with our good buddy RJ Ochoa, blogging the boys. He joins us next here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And let me tell you about Stevens Roofing and Solar. Look, all the rain that we've had lately, more in the forecast. And when I look at my little weather app, it gives me the little lightning bolt. And that tells me thunderstorms. And you never know what kind of thunderstorms. If you were with us yesterday, you heard Shereen Williams talking about Dallas-Fort Worth area being in that big tornado watch. And the weather was severe. Well, guess what? We're going to get some of that, apparently. At least that's what the forecast says in the coming days. So if just keep Stevens Roofing and Solar's number handy, 210-785-0994. And now is the perfect time if you already think that there's something wrong with your roof and you want it checked out, give them a call. You can get a crew out there to check your roof. They'll do it for free and make sure that everything's okay and make sure that it is patched up, ready to go for any kind of storm that may be coming our way in the coming days. They are the absolute best in the business. They've been in business since 1983, and that should really be all I need to say. You just don't stay in business that long if you're not the best in the business. Stevens Roofing and Solar certainly is. 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying two phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Help, Mother's Day's almost here and I have nothing for Mom.
Relax, sis. Just shop JTV. I already got Mom a gorgeous gold bracelet.
JTV, like jewelry television, isn't that
amazing? Yes. They have thousands of gift and jewelry ideas, and their prices are unreal.
Okay, but how unreal are we talking?
Right now, new customers get $20 off your purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com. Use code DEAL20 now.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
Because I'm the mean sister.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Big Spurs win last night, closing out that series. We'll get back to the Spurs in a moment, but there's a lot going on with the Dallas Cowboys as well, and well, we're here to talk about it. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And RJ, the draft gods worked in the Cowboys' favor with Caleb Downs falling, and then the Cowboys moving up one spot to get him. And by all accounts, that's giving the Cowboys an A grade through all those that do the grading. And normally we say you got to wait a couple years to truly know, but with Caleb Downs, I think we know now this defense is going to be better.
Yeah, this is one of those things that's going to be really surreal for a long time, that the Cowboys came away with arguably the best player in the draft. I mean, you can certainly make that case that they pounced, that they said, you know what, we're not going to chance it, that they were able to then recoup the double picks that they sent to Miami by way of picking up the 2 fourth-rounders from Philly, 30, 40 minutes later, or whatever it was in real time. I mean, the context of it all matters to me, although to your point, the grades often tend to be just about the player and the pick. But this is, I mean, man, this is just like hitting it flush, like the purest swish of the net that you could possibly have. And I don't know the last time that Cowboys fans were this unified in joy. I mean, for the last 2.5 years, there's always been a reason to be pissed off about something. And right now, we all woke up on the right side of the bed.
Well, I tell you what, Caleb Downs, I think, is going to be a superstar in this league. And I agree with both of you. He's going to make a difference day one when it comes to that Cowboys defense. But I just love the way the Cowboys are operating right now. And with the trade with San Francisco for the linebacker, D. Mentor, I liked that. I really did. Only a fifth-round draft pick, filled a need. And what they did in the draft to take care of the defense, RJ, all the way around, to me was just perfect and ideal?
Yeah, I mean, it's not an exact science. You've got to catch some breaks, and you've definitely got to be, prepared for runs on certain positions. And I think the trade with San Francisco, in real time, and that matters, again, to me, happened kind of early in the second round, right when the run on linebacker started to happen. And so I think it was pretty obvious that the Cowboys said to themselves, okay, if we start things on Friday night and the linebackers start to go, we got to pick up the phone. We can't wait around. We can't hope. We can't pray. We can't just cross our fingers that one of them is going to make it to us, that somehow Jacob Rodriguez is going to slide all the way through. So yeah, I mean, look, my biggest criticism of them has always been not having a plan. And I've always said that I could swear if your plan fails, because you're probably going to fail. The odds are that you will not win the Super Bowl, that you won't make the NFC Championship game. But not getting there because you have apathy and are lazy and don't want to try is not acceptable. Getting up there and just taking strikes and not swinging is kind of lame. And so I respect that they're swinging the bat right now. I mean, they've even got the donut on, when they're on deck and they're warming up. I mean, they're really into this. They're about to do that spray. I'm talking about, that they get going on the bat too. I mean, they're all in this thing.
RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Going back to the D. Minter trade, because I'm not loving it, but I don't mind it. I think he's better than what they would have drafted in the 5th round. I still want, somebody out of Miami. I like hearing that the Cowboys called about the dude from Houston that just got an extension.
Al
But I mean, at least they were swinging for the fences. I imagine Nick Caserio hung up the phone very quickly on that call. But do you think the Cowboys are done trying to figure out that linebacker position? Is D. Minter going to be the guy, or do you think there still could be some things in play?
Well, I would offer that the deal that Nick Caserio struck today was an apology for floating Aziz out over the last few months, because if he was really this into him, why didn't the extension come a month ago when the rumors started to buy that Dallas was interested in him or Jordan Brooks? I wrote about this, but there were 2 linebackers, or the top 2 linebackers who were on the board at the pick that Dallas and San Francisco were not anybody impressive, despite the fact that one of them went to Arizona State and Keyshawn Elliott. And so I think that this was a floor-raising move. Is it a ceiling-raising one? Probably not. But you get somebody who can come in and not, let the house catch on fire, right? Like, he truly is a babysitter at the position, because you've got, more important kind of flowers to grow in the garden across the rest of your defense. It was never going to be possible for them to come away with us feeling the way we do about Caleb Downs across the entire group. I think the most interesting, potential curveball, or however you want to look at this, with regards to the linebacker position as a whole, is they're picking Jason Barham. I mean, he's somebody who has that flexibility to play off the ball and who did it at Michigan. And we've seen a lot, players who are really talented and certainly who are really athletically gifted, their defensive coordinators or defensive coaches just put your hand in the ground and start rushing the passer. And that works out for dudes. I mean, it worked out for Micah Parsons, but some dudes are better suited to stand up and float back. And so Jason Barham could be the answer in conjunction with D, in conjunction with maybe a rejuvenated DeMarvion Overshown for those contract negotiations go south. But there's no question that that's the weakest part of their defense, but the rising tides will help lift it, I think, in addition to the moves that they've obviously made.
The only problem there, RJ, I got to figure out a problem. He's from Michigan, and that hasn't worked out too well for the Cowboys as of late. I just saw where Mozzie Smith, the Jets, declined his 5th-year option. So he's not long for the Jets, it doesn't look like. With all the flowers we're giving the Cowboys, and rightly so, I'm very happy with the draft. What is your take on this George Pickens situation? Because Adam Schefter obviously fumbled the ball a couple of times when he's reporting on Pickens signing the franchise tag. Stephen Jones, though, was pretty certain, and when you heard from him last week, I thought he had signed the franchise tag. What do you make of this whole thing?
Look, I don't know that I've ever said this on this radio station, and I've said a lot of things, but I think Stephen Jones is taking the agent to school here. I really do. I think that, and look, every blind squirrel and all that jazz, but like, I mean, Steven came out before the report, because the report that he was going to sign the tag happened, like an hour before the first round started?
Yep.
The day before, eight days ago, Steven comes out and says, we're not going to negotiate. He's going to play the season on the franchise tag. Puts an end to it, right? Like, puts an end to it as far as what they can control and says, we feel comfortable with this. We've done this many times. Obviously, teams and players do it across the NFL. Cool. The only people who stirred the pot here were George Pickens' people, right? Like his representation coming out and saying, hey, he's going to sign this franchise tag. And look, it made sense to freak out an hour before the draft and wonder if the decision to sign it, what we thought to sign it at that point in time was because the Cowboys were going to trade him. Maybe they were going to take Carnell Tater, Jordan Tyson. We now know those things didn't come to pass. And what I will say, and look, I am the first to sling arrows and throw stones out of my glass house at the Cowboys front office. But if George Pickens' representation, and this is merely a conspiracy theory, put word out that he was going to sign the tag an hour before the draft started to mitigate any plan from the Cowboys to draft Jordan Tyson or Carnell Tate. And I know nobody would trade Caleb Downs, but at that moment it was a legitimate possibility. If they only did this to establish some point of leverage, dude, for the first time in a long time, the court of public opinion is going to sway back to the Cowboys, because we have, rightfully so, doubted them at every turn and always assumed that they had a misperception or a poor level of interest and were not trying to do things in a forward-thinking sort of manner. But in this case, I never, ever thought the Micah situation was one to blame on the agent. But if that did happen here, and it's hard to not draw that conclusion right now, man, I got to say, I think Stephen Jones is not only playing it right, but he's also playing more fairly by the rules.
You know, it's interesting as you say that and you talk about court of public opinion. The excitement level for Cowboy fans after this draft and really the offseason, from the hiring of Christian Parker to seemingly everything the Cowboys have done, the confidence level in leadership, I'll always say that with a grain of salt, but it seems higher. 2 straight seasons without the playoffs, and yet the excitement level about the Cowboys because of the draft, because of the offense, all of us are better GMs than the dude with his name on the door, right? But the moves that they have made, it does feel different this year. The excitement level about the Cowboys seems higher. You work for bloggingtheboys.com, so that can be a cesspool at times. But it almost feels like, even reading some of the comments on your posts, people are more engaged and positive about what the Cowboys' moves are that they're making are.
Yeah, look, I on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and yesterday tweeted Caleb Downs. No punctuation, no anything, just literally the dude's name. Every day, 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 likes, right? Like, I mean, it is, it's fanning flames right now. I mean, it truly is. But I agree with you, Jason. It isn't just landing Caleb Downs. I think it's also easy, and I have said that they did act differently in free agency. They signed Jalen Thompson. That was the literally biggest free agent deal that they had handed out in 14 years since getting Brandon Carr, back in 2012 when his contract with Kansas City expired. And so it's all of that. I also think it's not having anything hanging over their head, right? Like, they don't have the Mike McCarthy going into the final year. Jerry didn't say any sort of limerick or whatever, all in, blah, blah, blah. It's not the weird first year of Shaw. There's not the Micah stuff. And so on some level, it sucks for Pickens that everyone's kind of done, I think, right? Like, everyone's like, man, I've already gotten all riled up about contract extensions. Like, I fought the good fight for Dak and CD and Micah. I just don't have the energy to do this another time. Like, good luck, George, whatever. But it's also that some people, I did not. Some people had a level of mistrust with the agent. And so this does look fishy and it smells fishy. That isn't to say that it is fishy, but I guess to answer the question that Joe's offering and combine it with your point, Jason, about the general state of bliss, I think my take on this George Pickens thing is like, let George Pickens figure that out. Well, I mean, they're the ones who have no choice here.
And I think part of it is, like, all of us fans are aware that it would be really, really, really difficult for the Cowboys to have 2 receivers making that kind of money.
Yeah, I mean, and look, if I don't think that George has much ground to stand on here. And I understand wanting to do everything you can and flip every switch and pull every lever and press every button that you can, right? Like, you maybe only get one opportunity like this to make generational wealth. So, look, I mean, on some level, his agent would not be doing his job if he didn't try all of that. And so I don't expect him to show up to anything he doesn't have to. I expect them to obviously sign the tag because they won't have a choice specifically after July 15th. But right now, I mean, look, the Cowboys have done – I do think the court of public opinion matters, which is why I brought it up. And I was not someone who was on the jury voting for the Cowboys for about 3 years right now. But in this situation, putting word out that you were going to sign this tag only to about – man, I mean, it doesn't look good for anyone, and it makes trying to defend you and trying to criticize the Cowboys a difficult proposition.
And it's killing Adam Schefter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just killing that guy.
To that point, Joe, that also looks fishy, right? Like, people think what they do about Adam and that he carries water for agents or whatever, but to say what he did and then have it be deleted, right, it stirs the pot of mistrust and only curries favor for the Cowboys. Like, when was the last time we were like, man, y'all, the poor Dallas Cowboys, right? Poor Jerry and Steven, y'all are really being mean to them. Put them some slack, but we're saying that with straight faces.
Well, well, now it's going to be interesting because obviously I don't think he's going to be in any hurry to sign this tag because that's the only leverage that he possibly has. And to me, that's not much. And he's probably going to end up playing under the tag. Now, I disagreed with Shireen Williams. We had her on yesterday. She thinks the Cowboys will sign him to another tag. I don't think they will. And I think there's got to be some movement here, and I just don't see them signing him twice to a franchise tag.
I mean, look, financially, it's a prudent decision. I mean, because right now he's making not even $28 million this year. And you look at, if you're negotiating, Puka Nacua, assuming he gets paid at some point, he's going to clear 40. I mean, and not that George is Puka, right? Like, we could debate that till we're blue in the face, but like the market is like 25% higher from an annual average, value basis than what Pickens is currently making. And if you tag him next year, it's going to be like $33 million. So if you look at it, and they often have, as a 2-year deal, even though it's fully guaranteed, it makes financial sense for them to do this. I agree with Mother Football. She knows best.
Well, she does. I can still disagree with her.
Well, you can. Although, I mean, it is cheaper to pay him on the tag for those 2 years.
Well, it is. It is. But what kind of player are we going to get? And that's the thing. And I don't know. I don't know whether Pickens will.
He better be a pro.
I don't know whether he signs the tag and he comes in and he's a pro. And if he has another year like he had last year, then obviously that's to his advantage. But I'm just not sure in his mind is he going to be that type of citizen. And let's face it, to both of you, there were some issues. There were some red flags last year with George Pickens.
Now, and the Cowboys are known to take guys with red flags. And, I mean, one of the, I don't even know what you call it, least talked about undrafted guys is Michael Trigg. This is a tall 6'3" tight end, played at 3 different schools, played at USC, Baylor, and Ole Miss, considered the best pass catcher of all the tight ends in the draft. Blocking issues, needs to work on that. He's also a D1 basketball guy. But his catch radius is incredible. Great hands. He's got some character issues, maturity issues. And the Cowboys sign him as an undrafted free agent, but give him a $200,000 bonus. So, Schoonmaker better watch out. Because Trigg could actually end up being, a Kevontae Turpin type of guy.
Yeah, look, I know athletically he is tested out of this world. I was y'all's great and personal friend Lindsey Rhodes is someone who's really been singing his name as of late. And I think that this all also speaks to, look, there are still idiots out there, and God bless them because they read bloggingtheboys.com and help put food on my table. But I do think that for the most part, we have all reached this place where we understand that Dak Prescott is the sun that everything orbits around, and that he is so talented and he is good enough to make players like Michael Trigg valuable, right? If you give Dak like any level of ingredient, he can make a proper meal from a pass catcher standpoint. And so that weakens George Pickens' value, right? Like that diminishes what he offers, especially in a world where you have CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson got a deal last year. Now you have Michael Trigg. Ryan Flanoy came on last year. Is Javonte Williams going to be utilized out of the backfield more? The Cowboys have obviously a stable of running backs. They're going to run the ball. They're not even going to be throwing the ball that much. Why are you paying George Pickens when he's maybe the 3rd or 4th pass-catching option for Dak Prescott? And look, I want to be clear. My position a year ago was to give Pickens the extension then, because then you avoid this drama. You don't have players pissed off. Like, financially, this may be the way to go, but you are alienating people. And that may be why, hypothetically, the agent did what he did, because you have changed and modified the rules of engagement. But they're in a place where they can kind of refresh and sort of start anew with extensions and drama like that. Because before we know it, we're going to get to Caleb Downs' extension talks, and that's going to get volatile and silly. But I just don't think that Pickens has ground to stand on, particularly also because Brandon Aubrey folded. I mean, look, he folded and is the highest paid kicker in the NFL. But right now, Pickens is on an island. He is the only person in his camp relative to the Cowboys roster, and that works against him as well.
Absolutely.
RJ Ochoa, follow him on all the socials at RJ Ochoa. Read him and put foot on his stable at bloggingtheboys.com. RJ, always great to see you, man.
Hey, Joe, I like seeing the selfies in the gym. You're looking swole, man. You're looking good. Whatever you got going on, whatever you're doing, it's working. You're glistening. You're shining. You look like a brand new man.
Let's be clear, though. He's not doing selfies like the pledger pose. He made a video in the gym. It's different.
It looked good, though, RJ. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
His brother was running the camera and doesn't know how to work it.
I mean, it was sick. It looked like a promo for Globo Gym, and I bet neither one of you catches that reference. But I know
even the hair was there. Even the hair was there.
Well, good luck. Good luck in the big tournament coming up. I'll be watching on the Ocho.
All right. Thanks, RJ.
Did you actually do your hair to go to the gym?
No, I didn't. But I've got a lot of hair, and it's kind of
that day because I've seen you after the gym before, and your hair is always like, "Wow, Joe, put on a hat, dude."
No, dude. All I do is just run water through it. It activates the hairspray from the night before, and it usually works out pretty good. So.
RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
Interesting stuff with the Dallas Cowboys, without a doubt. I'm going to tell you what. Tennis tournaments, man, they're always fun to watch, right?
Well,
There's all the lady tennis players, more so than the men, give you that, Well, there was a lady giving a during a tennis tournament, distracting the hell out of everybody.
Yeah, she wasn't playing? Not on the court?
She was not playing. No, well, she was playing.
Just not on the court.
Unplug it, baby.
Oh, stop.
We'll tell you what we're talking about when we continue here on the Blitz 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, you know what day it is, Joe?
Hump Day.
You know what that means, right? It is steak night out at the Rue Pub at 281 and Redland Road. Now, you know that's the best place to go watch any game, especially when the Spurs are in the playoffs, or you think about the games that are going on tonight. And tonight, it's steak night. You get that great 12-ounce ribeye and all the fixings for $19.95. It is fantastic. And you got those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. So any big game, any big event, get into the Rue Pub. And you want to go hungry. Whether you're taking advantage of a Wednesday night steak night or you're going in on any other day, I love the fried shrimp over there. They've got the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu, great salads, great appetizers, and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. If you're heading down to the coast, Rue Pub at Rockport now open. So keep that in mind because, you know, it's that time of year where you're making those weekend trips to Rockport. Go check out the Rue Pub in Rockport. Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night. And, of course, steak night tonight every Wednesday. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Hey everybody, Joe Reinigle here for Window Nation. You know, spring is a great time to open your windows and wait, your windows won't open? They leak? They're cracked? They need repainting again? You know, getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. During the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get them with 0% interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
San Antonio has a drinking problem, and it's getting worse every day. More and more people are on the bottle. This is Rob Thompson for Connecticut Quality Water Systems of San Antonio in the Hill Country, and I want to help you get off the bottle. The plastic water bottle, that is. I don't blame you. Tap water has that off taste, but buying bottled water over and over is like losing in the first round every single week. You keep paying, you keep hauling it home, and the bottled water companies keep hauling your money to the bank. There's a better way out there. Right now, when you buy Connecticut water softener, you get a K5 reverse osmosis drinking station free. It's installed right in your kitchen sink. It's like having a bottled water machine at home without the bottles. Pure, clean, great tasting water. The K5 helps remove the contaminants and reduce the stuff that messes with taste and odor. Do what Dave Ramsey recommends. Do what I do. Make the wise investment. Call Connecticut today, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE. Go get one today. I know you're going to be thanking me later.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Allergy. If pain is slowing you down, you don't have to live with it. We target the source of your pain for fast, lasting relief. No pain pills, no surgery. Most patients notice results in just one visit. We accept most insurance plans, so getting help is easy. Don't wait. Visit Arasti.com today. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
To find the location nearest you, visit Arasti.com.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
We've got NBA playoff basketball coming up tonight. The Magic can close out the Detroit Pistons. Magic up 3-1. Tip-off in Detroit set for 6 o'clock. It will be televised on Prime Video. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Toronto Raptors all knotted up at 2 games apiece. Tip-off set for 6:30 on ESPN. And finally, the Lakers have a chance to close out the Rockets. Tip-off in LA set for 9 o'clock. Kevin Durant has been ruled out.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah. Happy hump day, everybody. I know all Spurs fans are having a great hump day. Appreciate you stopping by here and spending a little time with us here on the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. That's Jason Minix. And we're happy today.
We are happy today.
Of course.
I know people were up late last night. Other people stayed up even later to go honking and setting fires down there on Military, which was a lot of fun. I hope you got up this morning and got your free tacos.
I did. I keep forgetting about that. I'm going to have to do that. I got to get some free tacos. Have you gotten free tacos yet?
I did the other day when they played on the weekend.
All right. You got up that early?
Well, you go till 9.
9?
Yeah.
Well, again, you got up that early?
Yeah. I got there about 10 to 9.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I was going for tacos anyway. I didn't go where I normally go on a Saturday.
All right.
But Taco Palenque does have good tacos.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think all their food's good there.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. I have no issue with them at all.
And if it's free, and I love how, like, last night when they were doing the drum chat thing at the end of the game, the whatever we call them now, the Spirit Squad types, holding up the sign for free tacos.
Nice.
Just the.
Nice. Aren't they the Jackals? Or is it different?
Well, the Jackals are in the crowd. They don't let them on the floor. But what used to be the Silver Dancers, and now they've got, I don't know, another name. I don't know. What are they called? The Hype Squad?
Hype Squad.
Is that the right?
It. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It was fun, but I'm with you. You mentioned it earlier in the show. There was some dude with a sign on obvious tooth.
Yep.
That was genius.
Yeah.
I don't know who did that or how he did it, but
You can figure it out, but to be that committed throughout the entire game.
Genius.
Yeah. That was good.
That
and
really was.
I love the fact that Wemby has people in this league that he just doesn't like. And he does not like Denny. Did you see the handshake line after?
I did.
He doesn't even look down at him. Like everybody else gets the proper respect, not that dude.
Well, to be fair, Avia didn't look at Wemby either.
Yeah, they don't like each other.
They don't like each other. And now they don't like. He doesn't like Steph Castle. Steph Castle doesn't like him either. And hey, you know what? That's okay. And that happens in a series.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these guys, you got to start smelling like yesterday's garbage.
Yeah.
After a while, because you see these guys all the time. You're banging with them. They're doing stuff that pisses you off, and well, there you go.
Yep.
That's what happens.
Banging, huh? Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novu Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
So, random tennis match on a Tuesday down in Florida. Well, they were distracted. I can't read this headline. I'm surprised this is actually the headline, but we can play you the audio and you can figure out what the headline actually said.
Well, that is the most bizarre situation. I don't know how to put this, folks, but
Tell me.
somebody's phone going off in the stands.
The players are distracted, the crowd's realizing it, and the TV announcer's thinking that somebody's watching porn on their phone.
And it was an adult video.
Yeah, except it wasn't.
No.
I still hear it. It's still going. What is going on?
Can't be that good.
And Francis TFO yells, it can't be that good because they realize there's an apartment complex. They're still going.
I think everybody in the crowd, especially female, is just jealous.
I mean,
this
no,
woman is
that's not a phone.
She's being
That
pleasured.
is. That's an apartment across the lake.
Well, welcome to the party, pal.
Well, I think he just realized, I got binoculars. I could use these for good.
No kidding. That is bizarre to have an apartment building. This was an indoor tennis match, so I
No, it was outdoors.
It was?
Yeah, it's in Sarasota, Florida. It was outdoor professional tennis.
Yeah, okay.
You watch the video. I mean, it's dark outside. It's at night. I'm just surprised the camera people didn't scan the apartment complex trying to figure out where the noise was coming from. And could you imagine being that lady's neighbor?
No. It probably goes on all the time.
Well, you would think.
Or I don't know. Or she found somebody at the local pub, and they went to town. Oh my!
Give me a cigarette.
No, this woman was like.
Yeah, we all heard that.
Wow.
Yes, Joe.
Well, I'm jealous.
You're not the one that should be jealous.
Don't know if I've ever heard that before.
Like I said, you're not the one that should be jealous.
Well, I am.
Don't go home and share this story with your wife.
Wow. Yeah, everybody's going to be looking for that dude. People watching the apartment to see who comes out.
I was looking for the noodles.
Is that him? Is that him?
Gets a standing ovation.
Yes. Holy cow. It's something you don't see every day or hear.
There's somebody driving around 410 saying, "Speak for yourself, Ryan Eagle."
Exactly right. I don't know what you're talking about. I hear that all the time.
I love how you tell on yourself.
Very nice.
Uh-huh.
Very nice.
Song you dong.
Yes.
Did you see some streamer guy? And I
Uh-huh.
know some of you will know who he is. I don't. Got a lot of followers. He's walking across the country. He's walking from Philadelphia to California, and live streaming the whole thing. He's walking on the roads, got his nice safety vest on, got his cart with all his stuff, and he gets hit from behind by a little Mazda. And be glad it was a little Mazda, not, I don't know, a big old pickup truck or something.
Well, dude, he gets hit hard.
The video is insane.
It's insane, and you watch it and you're thinking the guy's dead.
Yeah.
And he gets up and he's talking to it sounded like a lady that was driving the Mazda.
Sounded like it was.
I'm just saying. Apparently they had to take him to the hospital, but he was walking around like nothing happened.
Yeah, he got up and he's like, oh, my back brace saved me. And I'm thinking, dude, you lost a shoe. Like one of his shoes is gone. He had shoes and two shoes before he got hit. The impact knocked one of his shoes off, and he's walking around trying to explain to the cops what he's doing, and didn't really want to go to the hospital, but
wow,
he got plowed over by a Mazda.
Yeah, if you get a chance to go see that video, it's incredible video, and the fact that he's no longer with us is a miracle.
Yep. Now, if you've listened to this show for any length of time, you know that Joe Reinagle loves Dairy Queen tacos, and he loves hot dogs.
Yes.
I don't know if you love hot dogs enough to buy one at the F1 race happening this weekend.
There's no chance in hell I'm buying one of those hot dogs.
Now,
I love wieners.
The Miami Grand Prix, they have 3 different featured hot dogs on the menu. Now, granted, these are Wagyu hot dogs.
Yes.
The Golden Glizzy for a mere $100.
One hot dog for $100.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
They have what they are calling the Gold Digger for $125, and the Food God Edition pretzel dog for $150.
Well, now here's the deal. Number one, they are Wagyu hot dogs, but they have caviar on them.
Mm-hmm.
So the hot dogs have caviar and looks like all kinds of other crap. Can you imagine? Give me that hot dog there, the Golden Glizzy, and here's a 100 spot.
Uh-huh.
No.
Now for $195, you can get 1 Gold Digger, 2 Glizzies, and 2 Gold Diggers. Or no,
your choice of.
Yeah, 1 Glizzy and 1 Gold Digger, or 2 Glizzies and 2 Gold Diggers for $195.
Dude,
the Food
Don't
God
we all wish
Edition.
we could see more
you
wiener.
Can't buy in a combo.
Dude, that's just unbelievable. Now I would be interested to see after this event is over how many of those they sold.
I mean, they're going to sell.
Well, it is.
I mean, you're not going to the Miami Grand Prix and being cheap.
I
mean,
am.
they understand their audience.
I am.
You wouldn't.
How much is a damn beer there?
I mean,
$2,000.
It might. Well, you never know. I mean, I don't know if these are sold at the regular concessions or. Well, actually, it says race week menu across all Chevrolet locations.
The top with a full 10 of caviar, cream, fraiche, and gold, whatever that is.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no clue what that is. Yeah, but for a mere $195, you can feed the family.
You could.
Perfect.
I mean, you'd just look for a regular dog with mustard.
Well, sure, that's the best kind. And see, then they screw it up. There's a picture of a regular dog with ketchup and mustard on it.
Ketchup and mustard.
And mustard.
Here we go.
Nobody puts ketchup on a hot dog.
A lot of people put ketchup on a hot dog. Nobody puts ketchup on their chicken fried steak.
Yes, they did.
No, just you. You have no room to talk about people's condiments since you put ketchup on chicken fried steak. Condiments.
They never use them.
Uh-huh. Now, personally, me, I'm a mustard guy on a hot dog.
Yes.
If for whatever reason ketchup is what's available, I will go ketchup, but you don't mix the two.
I had a guy last night.
Had a guy. Here's a guy, Chris Collinsworth.
The wife and I went to dinner at a place we go to, and he listens to the show.
Yeah.
And he said, "I got a bone to pick with you."
Yeah.
You don't put ketchup on a country fried steak. I said, "What the hell's a country fried steak?" I don't know what that is. And he said, "Well, that's what you don't call them chicken fried steak. It's a country fried steak." I said, "Dude, give me your menu." Got the menu, chicken fried steak.
Uh-huh.
Dude was wrong.
Well,
so he's wrong about the ketchup,
He's
too.
not wrong about the ketchup.
Yes.
I don't know what friend you were with, but he's a good person.
He was a good dude.
And there are places that call them country fried, and some places call them chicken fried.
I have never ordered a country fried steak, ever, anywhere I've ever been.
Really?
Have you?
Probably.
And said, hey, give me a country fried steak. The waitress is going to look at you like, well, what the hell's that?
Well, I think it could be either or.
No, it's not. It's a chicken fried steak.
I mean,
dude, it's a chicken fried steak. Nobody calls it a country fried steak.
I think they do.
No, they don't.
I think they do.
We need a poll, Pledge.
If you're in the frozen section at HEB in the Meals for One area, and you're getting whatever the frozen brand is, Boston Market or Marie Callender's, whatever, I think it's called country fried steak.
Well, I'm not buying that then.
Look, right there's a menu.
I don't care.
Country fried steak. Where's that from, Pledge?
Yeah, Pledge. Where is that?
Pull up the menu for Longhorn Cafe, because they got a great chicken fried steak. Do they call it chicken or country?
Chicken.
They call it chicken.
Of course they do.
What about Cracker Barrel, like with the breakfast?
Chicken fried steak. Nobody calls it a country fried steak.
I mean, some people do. Your very smart friend did last night.
Well, he was a good dude, but that was his one flaw.
If that's his one flaw, he's living a really good life.
And I had to show him the place he works at, their menu.
Oh, he works at this restaurant?
Yes.
And so he doesn't even know his own menu?
Well, apparently not. I felt bad for the guy because...
you didn't feel bad for him?
No, I did. Because
you don't feel bad for anybody.
Apparently the dude's an MMA guy. And he had just had knee surgery. So he hadn't been able to work for a while, and he was just back. And so apparently he wasn't familiar with the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It kind of is.
Now, we're getting schooled here on our YouTube page.
Oh, yeah? What are we getting?
Yeah, because a country fried steak is a classic Southern dish, according to Sam, featuring breaded fried beef steak covered in white cream gravy and ketchup, typically served with mashed potatoes, green beans, or corn.
Seems about right.
But it's called a chicken fried steak.
What's that? Where's that, Pledge?
That's Texas Roadhouse.
What's it called? Pledge?
Country fried chicken.
Country fried chicken.
Country fried chicken? That's not a chicken fried steak.
It's the same thing. You know what you're getting when you order it.
I'm not ordering a chicken fried chicken. I'm ordering a chicken fried steak. There's a big difference. Huge difference.
I think it's the same meat.
Dude, I have never ordered a country fried steak in my entire life.
They've got a country fried sirloin.
I would be embarrassed ordering a country fried steak.
But a chicken fried steak, you're fine with.
Chicken fried steak.
See, I'm surprised you don't have a problem with that. Knowing you, Joe Reinagel, the fact that it's chicken and steak, which are two different things, one's a chicken and one's a cow, the fact that they're mixing it.
But it's fried like a chicken. That's why it's called chicken fried steak.
What do you mean fried like a chicken? It's breaded?
It's breaded.
It's breaded.
And it's fried like a chicken. So, hence the chicken fried steak.
When the ducks quack, feed them.
But there's no chicken in a chicken fried steak.
No, but it is fried like a chicken, which is why it's called.
On YouTube, Murphy, whatever the first name is, one is steak and the other is chicken. Huge difference. See, it's not.
What?
I don't know. There's chicken fried chicken. Or would that just be fried chicken?
Well, there is fried chicken. You don't call it country fried chicken. Well, you call it chicken fried chicken. No, you don't call it country fried chicken. Texas Roadhouse. What the hell do they know?
What does Cracker Barrel call it?
What difference? Is Cracker Barrel the authority on chicken fried steak?
On Southern fried foods, I would say yeah.
No.
You know, or Waffle House. What does Waffle House call theirs?
Waffle House, dude, please. Oh, my goodness. Well, he was a great dude, but, you know, every good dude's got one flaw. Apparently that was his.
Yours is ketchup on a chicken fried steak.
See, Corey says Rupub country fried steak. They don't even sell country fried steak or chicken fried steak or anything like that.
No.
So there you go, Corey. Good try, buddy.
Although if you guys seem to know, or you work at one of these fine establishments, you think your place has a great country fried, chicken fried, however you want to call it, steak. Because I'm always on the lookout for a good one.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, of course.
Yes.
And so you got your cream gravy and a little ketchup on the side.
That's it.
It's
See, I don't
perfect.
want, places that serve it with brown gravy are doing it wrong.
No, it's cream gravy.
It's got to be cream gravy.
Cream gravy.
All right. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Another world problem that we will solve here on the Blitz.
Absolutely. And we'll do that when we continue here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you need your logo on any kind of gear, you need promotional items, you need to go see Sam over at Sammy's Embroidery and Printing on San Pedro. Golf shirts, fishing shirts, dress shirts. Sam has all the big name brands from Tommy Bahama to North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. He has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, just waiting for your logo. If you need T-shirts screen printed, go see Sam. Uniforms. He has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. And if you're running a business, Sam does more than just uniforms. His new sign shop can do signs, banners, flags, card magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, and more. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. No order too small, certainly no order too big. So call 210-824-3900 or get into that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. On Rangers game days, prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits one, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now, you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app, share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Fiesta with NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse with party-worthy promos. Through the end of April, take $150 off the American-made Real Truck Undercover Ultraflex Truck Bed Cover. Call or visit with promo code BLITZ to save $100 with free install. That's $999 installed on most Silverado, Ram, or F-150 5.5-foot bed Ultraflex covers. 200 in stock. No wait. Shop local with NAW. Family operated since 1978 on Culebra or online at nawtruck.com.
The Morning Huddle.
So you're talking like that little old lady at the Spurs game now. It's just not right. It's just not right.
Yeah, she's talking directly to me. How can I afford it? Yeah,
she was. And Vic is that little old lady. Vic's like, how do they afford it?
I know.
Outrageous.
I literally mow lawns on the weekends for extra money
to buy the ticket.
Broke.
My favorite thing that Vic said was like, he was mowing his lawn and some dude came by and said, how much? And Vic was like, this is my house.
I live here. I live here.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I'm AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6. Your early morning wake-up call on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The big debate. Chicken fried steak or country fried steak? I had to go straight to Google.
Yeah?
There is a difference.
All right, what's the difference?
The difference is a chicken fried steak has white cream gravy. Country fried steak, according to this, has beef stock-based brown gravy.
See, I think brown gravy is wrong.
Well, it's a country fried steak.
Well, can I get a country fried steak with the white gravy?
Depends on what you want. Now, chicken fried steak, the breading is heavier. Batter with eggs and milk. The breading for a country fried steak is simpler flour dusting. Rarely uses eggs. So there you go. If you want a thicker crust, you go chicken fried steak.
But I think if you're at a restaurant and you're ordering, you get an idea and they're similar enough. But you might say, well, that one kind of not what I was expecting because it is different, but you might not know the difference. See, and I know, and I'm seeing all kinds of comments on YouTube, which you can access through sasportstar.com. Like, Eric says MK Davis has the best chicken fried steak. I haven't been there in a long time.
I haven't either. They get those big beers in the schooner.
Yeah. But, and there was a Tip Top Cafe mentioned, which it's been a while since I've been to Tip Top. They were up and down, up and down, up and down. Great pie, but the chicken fried steak. But what I loved about the way they used to do it at Tip Top, or probably still do it at Tip Top, is they put the gravy in on the plate and then put the chicken fried steak over the gravy, which is different.
It
actually
is
really good. You know, it's.
I prefer it on top.
I mean, but have you ever had it underneath?
Well, I've been to Tip Top, yeah.
You know, but then it got to the point where, you know, you'd get through, I don't know, several inches of breading before you finally got to the meat, right? I mean, nothing like getting a chicken fried steak the size of the plate and you realize the meat is nowhere near there. It's all bread.
And that happens a lot, quite frankly.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Corey, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, this is Chris, actually, not Corey. But
sorry. Corey, Chris,
that's cool. Don't worry about it.
Go with Corey today.
I'll go with Corey.
All right.
What Joe found on Google is partially right. The difference between a chicken fried steak and a country fried steak is the way it's cooked. If it's chicken fried steak, it's a deep fried steak. If it's country fried steak, it's either done in a skillet or on a flat top.
So chicken fried steak's it's fried like a chicken.
Correct.
Are you a chef, Chris?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you've called before.
Yes, I have.
And I've disagreed with you many times.
Yes, you have, and you always disagree about the ketchup on your steak, and that's disgusting.
Well, I don't put it on the steak, but it's on the side. So you cut the chicken fried steak, you get your piece with some gravy on top, dip it in the ketchup, and it's delicious.
Are you going to put ketchup on a ribeye?
No, never. Or I'm not.
Then why would you put it on a chicken fried steak?
Well, I'm not putting cream gravy on a ribeye either.
Well, no, nobody does, or they shouldn't. But
well, exactly.
But the steak debate is about the way it's cooked.
All right.
About
fair
the
enough.
way that it's cooked.
All right. Thanks,
Corey,
Chris.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
All right. See, we got to the bottom of it. Yeah, the things you learn on this.
I love he's telling you Google is wrong.
Well, I get where he's coming from. The chicken fried steak's deep fried. And he says the country fried steak is cooked in a skillet, which I guess you could do a chicken fried steak there too, depending, because I've cooked a lot of fried chicken in a skillet.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a deep fryer at home, what the hell are you going to do?
Country fried.
Exactly. I'm still calling it a chicken fried steak. I will never go to a restaurant and order a country fried steak, ever.
Ever.
Ever. And
you probably have and don't even know.
No.
It's the same thing.
Country fried steak has never come out of my mouth at a restaurant.
Wow.
I can promise you that. It's just not that. It's not. It's a chicken fried. Dude, I'm from Alice, Texas.
All right.
I'm from a small town. If
And
I would have gotten run
Dairy
out of town.
Queen tacos. I mean, your level of credibility here is tough to overcome.
I would have gotten run out of town if I'd have gone anywhere. Dina's was the place when I was
You
growing
now
up.
live in San Antonio, and yet you didn't get run out of town for saying the best tacos are at Dairy Queen.
Well, they're pretty damn good. They are pretty damn good, I will say. Somebody says air fry it. Dude, if I'm eating a chicken fried steak, well, I'm dipping it in grease. We're frying it in regular oil.
What?
You're not going to air fry it, are you?
Pledge, what are you pointing at?
Hello? What are we doing?
Uh-oh. So this whole conversation started with you going to a restaurant last night.
Yes.
And getting into it with your waiter.
Oh, it wasn't my waiter.
Well, he works there.
He works there.
And he tried to tell you last night you were wrong, and now he is calling in to tell you you're wrong in front of 100,000 plus people. Sam, you're on the Blitz. Dude, you could try to set this guy straight. I've been trying for years. But go ahead.
Look.
What's up, Sam?
All right, look. I've been in the restaurant industry for over 10 plus years, right? So I don't have any accolades of saying I'm a chef or anything like that. However, I'm wrong. Okay, so after hearing what you guys read on Google and after what that chef said, yes, it makes more sense. I was wrong. Okay. However, in the restaurant industry, so we don't get the guests confused, we differentiate that country fried steak is going to be the beef and the chicken fried chicken is going to be the chicken. One is beef and one is chicken. That's the only way we do that and say that is to differentiate it, because no matter what, the beef and the chicken are so use the same batter and the same everything. It's just one is beef and one is chicken. A lot of restaurants just do that. They keep costs low and everything. So it's just a differentiation of the two different types of protein. That's pretty much all I was trying to say with with him and
Sam. What did your menu say? That's all that's it. Your menu at your restaurant. What did it say?
It says.
Sam, we went over this last night, and I showed you.
Chicken fried steak.
Thank you, sir.
It
That's
says
all.
chicken fried steak.
At the place you work,
hang on now.
It's chicken fried steak.
Because I know where you work and actually had a whatever steak that you guys offer about a week and a half ago.
Chicken fried steak, yes.
And it was.
Yeah.
But what color gravy does it come with at your place?
White gravy.
Yes. And that's really all that matters.
That's all. Well, it does. Yeah. Yes. And it's delicious there, by the way. It's very good there.
A lot of people, they will order it and be like, no, I wanted the chicken. Be like, oh, no, but I wanted the steak. And so we just do it I just try to do it.
Because you're saying that a bunch of idiots are coming into your restaurant.
Well, they have
you
a chicken fried chicken, too.
I wouldn't say to my restaurant, but a lot of restaurants are like that.
Oh,
a
but
lot
not
of people
yours.
go in and
Yeah. All the smart people
there
go to
you
your
go.
spot.
Sam, it was good to see you last night, man. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, likewise, brother.
Appreciate
you,
man.
got it.
No, it was good. It was good to meet Sam last night, even though he was wrong, and I had to show him his own menu. And you don't have to take my word for it. What's the menu say?
Well, he said they have both on the menu.
Chicken fried chicken and chicken fried steak.
Yeah, they have both.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of places have both.
But you just called it chicken fried chicken and chicken fried steak, not country fried steak.
I don't call it country fried steak, and never will. I never will.
Mo, you're on the Blitz. What's up?
What's going on, guys? Been listening to you guys all day about this. I eat ketchup on my chicken
not
fried
all day.
steak.
Come on.
I eat ketchup on my chicken fried steak. I dip my Dairy Queen fingers into ketchup. You just mix it with the gravy. It's all good, baby.
It's delicious, Mo. You're exactly right, buddy. You call in any time.
See,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mo, you're so wrong on that. See, like the other day when I got the steak fingers, I don't even need the ketchup because I'm going to put the fries in the gravy. If you've got gravy, you don't need ketchup.
No,
even for your fries.
I disagree. You still need ketchup for your fries, and you do both.
If you got gravy there, you use the fries and the gravy.
You can do that, or you can do both. which is a great way to eat fries too, by the way.
I'm not mixing the ketchup and the gravy.
Well, that's good. I am. Mo is, and Mo's obviously a smart dude.
I tried it once with you.
Hey, dude, even if it would have been the best thing you've ever eaten in your life, you were not going to admit it. I promise you.
That's not true.
It is true.
You used to tell me that Longhorn Cafe had the best chicken fried steak.
They have a good chicken fried steak, yes.
And I was like, dude, you get the big juicy there. Why would you get anything else? And I got the chicken fried steak there, and you're right. I will give you credit when it's due. It's not due on this one. Ketchup and gravy on a chicken fried steak is disgusting.
It is not.
It's kind of like gizzards. And you weren't going to like gizzards no matter what.
Dude, no, I did not like gizzards.
But you knew going in you weren't going to like
I tried gizzards just because you wanted me to. Out of respect for our friendship, I tried a gizzard.
We had to make a video and you dramatized the crap out of it.
It was the worst thing I wouldn't say the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth, but it's pretty damn close.
I want some nasty.
All right, well, I'm glad we cleared that up. That's a good thing. Let's talk Spurs basketball.
Hey, they won last night.
On Twitter, I'm looking again. There's some great video of people partying on Military or downtown. I'm not sure exactly where this is, but wherever it is, I'm happy we're doing that stuff. It's awesome.
Yep.
Let's talk Spurs basketball. We'll do that as they sit and wait now. How long will the wait be? That's the question. And will they be ready for either Denver or Minnesota? We're talking about it. We continue here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you know you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that? Call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds. 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the Spurs await the next victim. We'll get you ready for Denver, Minnesota, what happened in the closeout games the night before, and more NFL talk as they're working out up at the Star. Party's going to be fun. Set your alarm. It starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
If your Mother's Day playbook involves grocery store roses wrapped in cellophane, we need to have the talk. This year, flowers are out. Academy is in. Because at Academy Sports and Outdoors, we believe Mom deserves gifts that won't wilt in 3 days. Like new rods and reels that'll make the local fish nervous, new paddles for her budding pickleball career, and the latest Nike styles to make the other moms jealous. Give fun, not flowers. Academy. Fun can't lose.
Lowe's has the brands pros trust to get the job done. You can now shop new Catalyst fencing solutions and save big when you do. 10% off when you buy in bulk. Plus, save $180 on a DeWalt 12-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. Now just $449. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
She was the sister who went unnoticed.
A daffodil might look plain next to a lily, but on its own there is much to be admired.
Now, her greatest chapter is yet to come.
The most important thing is to be yourself.
From the world of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice comes a new BritBox original drama,
Mary, you will flourish.
based on the best-selling novel, The Other Bennett Sister, now streaming only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This Mother's Day, visit Boot Barn for top quality gifts that pay tribute to the lasting heritage of the West. From handcrafted cowboy boots to American-made felt hats to intricate leather jackets. Our in-store experts can guide you as you shop, helping you find the perfect gift, assisting with boot sizing, and providing in-store styling. Share a piece of the American spirit with her this Mother's Day. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Morning Huddle.
I told my wife whenever I get cremated, make sure you tell the guy, oh, he had gout.
Yeah, he's
yeah, there's going to be some stuff left over.
So really, you got to turn the heat up just a little bit more. He's carrying a lot of grease, a lot of gout. So.
I like to imagine
it's gonna be like an out of control grease fire. You're not gonna be able to put it out.
I like to imagine that the alcohol in me is gonna help burn all the extra grease.
It burns
and fat.
a blue flame. Hey, this one smells like a 17-year-old's ashtray. He smells like weed.
No, it smells like bourbon in here.
It smells like bourbon and weed.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This city back where we belong. Winning playoff series. Spurs got that done last night. They knocked off the Portland Trail Blazers, sent them packing to Cancun or wherever the hell they're going to go from Portland. They're not going to stay in Portland, are they?
No.
I wouldn't think so. This is the Blitz. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. A lot of partying going on downtown. Commerce Street, Military. A lot of fun.
You know, it is so cool to see the excitement level that's back in San Antonio. It's been 7 years since they were in the playoffs, 9 since they won a playoff series. And this is the first round. And I've seen some people on Twitter act like we've been there before. Dude, it's been damn near a decade.
Yep.
There is an entire kind of generation that, you know, was in high school, middle school when the Tim Duncan era was coming to an end, that have never enjoyed as an adult Spurs playoff success, right? And, you know, and I think about like my daughter, who's now 27. You know, there was a time where in her life, she didn't know the Spurs not making the playoffs or winning 50 games, just like she didn't know what it was like for the Cowboys to go to an NFC championship game or a Super Bowl. And, of course, then that ended. But as an adult, she's never experienced Spurs playoff basketball.
Well, and there's probably a lot of folks out there that haven't experienced that. And so I'm glad they're getting to experience it now and having fun. And look, if you want to party after a first-round playoff win, that's awesome. Go do it. I think it's fantastic. You get out there, just the fire is a little bit, but the fireworks were good, the dancing, the honking, all of that kind of stuff. was great, and I'm here for it, man. If folks want to do that, that's great. My problem is we just got a long time, it seems, maybe, until we start the second round.
That's all right. I mean, get this team a little bit of rest. I don't want too much rest, but it is what it is. But also, we're not dealing with anything major other than my damn allergies. But you think about Steph Castle seemed to hurt his hand a little bit last night. You've got some stuff like that where a couple days off is going to be good for this team. And, like last night, couldn't have gone any better for the first three quarters. Well, really the first half. I mean, the Spurs were just phenomenal. And I think the most impressive part about last night in the first half is Wemby offensively wasn't really, I don't want to say involved. He didn't take a lot of shots.
No, he didn't.
He's always involved just because of his presence, but he didn't take a lot of shots, yet Spurs still built that incredible lead. Second half, shooting was awful. And then Portland made that run, and I ain't going to lie, I was a little worried. I mean, flashing back to game 2 when, with 8 minutes to go, the Spurs had a 14-point lead and watched that whole thing disappear.
I wasn't worried at all.
Mm-hmm.
De'Aaron Fox to the rescue.
Well, now I know why you weren't worried. Because you were still having that conversation about chicken fried or country fried steak going on in your mind.
No, that was before the game.
No, I know it was before the game, but during the game, you were probably, I can't believe this guy.
No.
Talking to your pillow or whatever. I mean,
I
was worried. I ain't going to lie, because Portland is a scrappy team.
They are, and they deserve a lot of credit. And I will give them all the credit that they deserve. They never quit in that game. Down 28 points would have been easy to quit. Yep. Without a doubt, and they didn't do that. They came back and they probably scared the Spurs a little bit. I'll be honest with you, probably did. But I'm sitting there watching it because Maggie went to bed, and I out in the living room watching the game and I mean all of it and enjoying the hell out of it. And yes, as I saw Portland come back, you're going, okay, aren't this getting kind of ridiculous? Stop it, and they did. And so there you go. It. Yeah, they did stop it, Jerry. They listened to you.
Somebody has to.
Oh, of course.
Somebody has to. Wemby and his blocks were incredible. That one block, over the back bar. I mean, just volleyballed that. I mean, it was, he's unanimous Defensive Player of the Year, and it almost feels like they could add to it. Like, what's more than that? But just incredible. But you could tell when he finally subbed out at the end, the sense of relief, because you could tell when he had to check back in, and I think the lead was 8 or 9. He checked in, got a bucket, and then Fox got a couple, and they built it back up to double digits. A sense of relief when he finally checked out of the game, knowing they were off to round 2.
Because it feels like a step past, step well done, and I'm personally happy to see things are moving forward and in the right direction.
Absolutely. Wemby's block was impressive. To me, the best block of the night was Devin Vassell blocking Klingon. Yeah. It was fantastic. I thought it was great, and I think we were having a little block party going on, and Wemby is, everybody, I think, wants to get that done. But I thought that was a great play by Devin Vassell last night. Look, the Spurs supporting cast might be the best in the league at this point in time. And I mean that in all sincerity. Look, and I try not to get too far ahead and say, all right, the Spurs are going to win it all, and this is it. Nobody can beat them, and maybe nobody can. But I'm a little more cautious than a lot of people are. But I think this supporting cast may be the absolute best in the league, and that's saying something considering what Oklahoma City's got.
Well, and again, you look at the low number of shots that Wemby took last night. Of the starters, he had the fewest number of shots. Now, he was 5 of 7, but still finished with, 17 points? But Vassell had 11. Julian had 9 shots. Fox took 14. Castle took 11. Dylan Harper off the bench had 9 shots. Keldon Johnson had 8. All more than Wemby, yet the Spurs still led by 28 points. Never trailed in the game. And when you can take Wemby and that few of shots and still build a lead like that. Now, we've talked about it for months about how one guy can be off and it doesn't, I'm going to say doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because there's too many other guys that can pick up the slack. And watching Get Up this morning, I think the light bulb finally went on for some of those national guys that this team is a lot more than just Vic. Period.
There's no question about it. And they've got a hell of a supporting cast in it, and that's how you win championships. It's not just about one guy. You know, the Dallas Mavericks with Luka made it to the finals, didn't win it, but that's about the only team that I can remember where one guy.
LeBron in 07 when they got swept by the Spurs.
There. I guess that's true, and they were awful. Besides LeBron, obviously. And the Spurs took it to them. And they had a hell of a supporting cast at that time. All of the championship teams that the Spurs have had a great supporting cast. I mean, Tim Duncan gets all the love, as he should. He's one of the best players to ever play this game. But with guys like Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker and when Robert Horry was there and you're looking at all the support that they had, and that's what you have to win a championship. And I think the Spurs have the makeup to really scare the hell out of everybody.
Well, and you think about, the supporting cast, a guy like De'Aaron Fox, when they made the trade last year, he was expected to be what we've seen over the last two games, but he plays within the way this offense ecosystem is supposed to work. But, he even talked about these last two games wins because of De'Aaron Fox.
I mean, there are times, where we go through a dry spell or, we have turnovers. Those things happen. For me, I try to not necessarily fix those things myself, but at times just know where the shot's coming from. If I have the ball in isolation, I'm probably going to shoot it, or the guy that you pass it to is going to shoot. That's just the way that isolations work. But for me, especially in this fourth, it was just continue to move. I was denied a lot this series. They were physical with me off the ball. Those things happen. Get used to it. And we put things in to try to negate that. And that fourth quarter was a lot of that, a lot of me moving without the ball. When I got the ball, pick a matchup. If they double, get off of it, things like that. And I had a good fourth quarter, and we tried to put them away.
Yeah, and they did. And De'Aaron Fox came up big in that fourth quarter. 13 of his 21 points in that quarter. So he was huge, and he has been huge in both of the last two games. He has really been the catalyst. And in that Game 4 comeback, he lit the fuse and brought and started that comeback that they won that huge Game 4. And then last night he does it again in the fourth quarter. I just think that's why you brought him in. That's why you paid him the money. And we need that De'Aaron Fox for the remainder of the playoffs. And I think he'll be there.
And again, obviously, Vic will get all the attention, all the accolades. And the compliment he got from Shaq on Inside the NBA, this is pretty high cotton.
I said this to you and the guy. I think Wemby is the first perfect big man that's ever created. Can shoot, free throws, play defense, play offense. He's a great team player. I'm happy for the Spurs. I'm happy for Wendy. And for me, in a long time, he's a joy to watch. I don't usually
give it a big man credit. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking out loud.
I don't usually, enjoy the big man how they play now, but he plays it so perfectly. I actually accept the way he plays. So if he wants to shoot jumpers, I'm fine with him. But to me, he's like the perfect big man.
I don't know about perfect big man. I'll take Shaq's word for it. If he says that, I'm in. I believe him. But that is high praise. And Shaq, as the guys on the podium there, Barkley and those guys, he usually does not hand out compliments.
No.
And he did last night for Wemby. But it's hard to not say that about Wemby, though. I mean, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, if you're just looking for a flaw, if you're looking for something, maybe you can find something. But, I mean, it's really hard to criticize Victor Wembanyama and what he does and how he plays.
Well, and you think about the one knock on this team, and I've kind of shifted my opinion on this, is they don't have the experience to go win a championship. They need some playoff battles, get those battle scars, that playoff hurt to go win. And that's normally what happens. Wemby was asked last night about handling that outside noise about this team's overall inexperience.
I don't know how my teammates handle it, but they all seem to do a great job at it. I guess we know each other much more than any everybody outside knows us, and we trust each other. But for me, it's I'm not even really trying to avoid that. It's just not a thing.
Look, I think that inexperience thing is out the window now. They've got some playoff games under their belt. Obviously, it's going to get tougher as they move forward. And this is no disrespect to Portland. The Portland played tough. They played hard and all that. But obviously, the competition is going to get more difficult. Whether it's Denver or Minnesota, even a shorthanded Minnesota team plays pretty good defense. So it's going to get tougher, and Wemby knows that, and they'll continue to learn throughout this process.
Well, and kind of like what Wemby said last night, you take every moment in stride and appreciate that without trying to look too far ahead.
A little bit of both. Definitely a different feeling to winning against somebody and think that, their season's over, and also playing same team over and over again. But we're all competitors, so it's good. It's all fun.
It's all fun, and that's good too. Look, we all take this seriously. We're having fun as fans. Those players have to have fun as well as players. They're in the playoffs in the National Basketball Association, and they're having a great deal of success. And I love the way Wemby put that. You got to have fun. It's fun, and that's how you win championships. You have fun and go out there and play the game.
And, fans were having fun yesterday. We talked about this earlier in the show. One very creative fan showed up with the Denny broken tooth, and that was brilliant. One,
it was.
A lot of effort, a lot of commitment to the bit. According to YouTube, our YouTube page, which you can access through sasportstar.com, that was a dude named Alex, who is a member of the Jackals. And he gave us a Jackals hat at our golf tournament. He was playing with Justin Guerrero on his team. So apparently it was Alex with the broken tooth. Well done, sir.
Very well done. And look, I can't remember. He got that thing fixed already, didn't he? I didn't see him with a chipped tooth last night.
Of course he did. Team Dennis is going to fix that.
He only had a day to get that done.
Probably did it that night.
You think?
Sure.
No, he didn't.
Get a team doctor. They can do you. They can fix all kinds of stuff.
They don't carry around dentists.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
You don't think they have a dentist on call?
No, well, maybe on call. But,
all right. Well.
So what are you gonna wake a dentist up at midnight and say, "Hey, fix my tooth"?
Yes. Think about it.
Now maybe for the right amount of cash.
Look.
Depends on whether he's been at the country club or not.
If you don't think that the Spurs have a dental guy ready to go,
I'm sure they've got a dentist somewhere.
Eye guy wasn't there not long ago? Somebody got poked in the eye, and the eye guy was there. Manu with his, they
got a ball guy.
Well, sure. They got that fixed right away. These guys are hell. When we were at the Super Bowl in Las Vegas, remember old Spency boy broke his tooth the first night we were there, and we got the Vegas Knights team dentist to fix his tooth the next day.
Wow. Well, I can see a hockey team carrying a dentist around.
Of course.
They need it. Probably more so than a regular doc. I'm glad he got his tooth fixed. I'm sure if you have enough money, you can get anything done.
Well, that's it.
That's the beauty of this country, isn't it?
Of course he got it.
It really is. The beauty of this country.
Right away, man.
Yeah. It's a great day. It really is. I don't want to wait.
Oh, stop.
Dude, I don't want to wait. And
patience, grasshopper.
It would be even better if Minnesota and Denver played tonight. They said, all right, here we go. Let's watch and see what happens. And we got to wait till tomorrow for that.
Oh,
holy cow.
You know what you need to do tonight?
What?
There are 3 games you could watch.
I'll watch them. Or I will watch them.
You start watching Euphoria.
Yeah, maybe I will. No, I want to watch the games. Some good games on. I love the playoffs in the NBA, dude. I really do. Yeah, I really get into them. And
there's
like
hockey on tonight, too.
Well, that's great.
All right.
Did the Stars lost last night?
They did.
Didn't they? Yeah, I saw that.
They're now facing elimination in their next one.
Well, I'm just saying, is it a must-win game for them?
In their next one, it will be.
Yeah, it will be, huh?
Yeah. Must win. By definition.
Must-win game for the Detroit Pistons tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are some must-win game for the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, they're toast.
I hope so. Not a big fan of Houston. Not at all. A couple of things we'll talk about. We will talk some playoff basketball in the next hour. We'll also talk about something Mike McCarthy said, and reportedly. And I've just become a Mike McCarthy fan all of a sudden. It's fantastic. We'll tell you about it. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, the San Antonio Gunslingers have a couple of weeks before their next home game, which is Saturday, May 16th, 4 o'clock in the afternoon out at Freeman Coliseum, and it's going to be their out-of-this-world Star Wars game, a Star Wars-themed game as the Gunslingers take on San Diego. Indoor football, your high-flying touchdowns, your big hits, and a lightsaber-filled showdown because, well, it's a Star Wars theme, epic Star Wars vibes all afternoon, and if you go early, you're going to get a free lightsaber. That'd be cool. Get the kids, get down there. They're encouraging you to bring the family and wear your favorite Star Wars gear to cheer on the Gunslingers. Pledge is already planning his outfit because he also wants the free lightsaber. So get your tickets now, sagunslingers.com, sagunslingers.com, or you can pick them up at the Freeman Coliseum box office.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
All right, our Sports Star crew, listen up. If you want to keep winning in life like our San Antonio Spurs do on the court, head over to Game Day Men's Health. Cibolo Shirts or Alamo Ranch, the roster stacked with all-stars just like our Spurs. Experts trained in hormonal health, erectile dysfunction, weight loss, advanced peptide therapies. Why go to the G League when you can take your talents straight to the top, baby? Whether you're tired all the time, you've got low energy, maybe you've got some weight gain or the brain fog, maybe you need a little help in the bedroom. I'm not here to judge. They've got you covered. Their Hall of Fame team and services like testosterone replacement and peptide therapies will get you back in the game. Located in Alamo Ranch or choose the Cibolo Shirts location on I-35 and 3009 across the highway from HEB. Call 830-376-9100 or visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com and book your appointment today. Win back your health, win back your life. It's game day. Let's go. That's 830-376-9100.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Baseball is back, and BetMGM, official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins all season long. And the action doesn't stop there. Get more out of every at-bat and every inning with MLB same-game parlay boosts. Stack your picks and boost your potential payout. Plus, lock in bigger value with MLB Odds Boost tokens and MLB Parlay Boost tokens all season long. More boosts, more swings, more chances to win. Download the BetMGM app and step up to the plate today. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. Promotional offers may vary by market, subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards may vary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
This just breaking this afternoon, Saudi Arabia is pulling funding from LIV Golf. In fact, LIV plans to tell players and staff by Thursday that Saudi Arabia's public investment fund will end its funding at the end of the current season. Boy, that is too bad, isn't it? Wow. Hey, the Houston Texans have extended linebacker Azeez Al-Shire 3-year deal, $54 million.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
What the?
Hump day!
Hump day!
You got to turn that little microphone on. It helps, right?
Well, you got to push your own button, sir.
I guess. Hope everybody's having a great hump day out there. I know Spurs fans are loving today. Spurs move on. They beat the Portland Trailblazers last night, send them packing. Looking forward to next season. We're happy about that. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix, and it's a great hump day.
You know, you've got an extra pep in your step.
I sure do.
Because of this LIV Golf news.
You know, it's about time, and I'm so happy about it. Now you can make all of those guys that want to come back to the PGA Tour squirm.
Squirm, huh?
Squirm. Make them beg. Make them pay.
You wonder, and you're completely the wrong guy to ask, but what should their requalifications be? Because there are some that rightfully shouldn't have to spend a year trying to qualify because you know they're talented enough. They should be able to go right in.
They should have to qualify.
Again.
They left.
You
got to come back in.
Do they go that route? Some of those guys, the PGA Tour is better if they were a part of it. Not all of them, but better. I think for them to be able to come back, probably somebody had to pay like $5 million.
Brooks Koepka.
Yeah. Seems fair. There's a substantial re-entry fee, but I think they have to play in every damn tournament. You know, all those guys that want to skip this spot or that spot, nope, you want to play, you got to go play in all of them.
Well, you know what's going to be interesting to see, Jason, in all sincerity, a guy like, say, Bryson DeChambeau, he may just decide, because he's making a ton of money on his YouTube channel right now, and props to him for doing that. I could see a Bryson DeChambeau playing 4 tournaments a year.
Just the majors?
Just the majors, and not doing anything else, because he doesn't have to do anything for that. He's already there. He doesn't have to qualify, so I could see that happening to a guy like that, and which is too bad because DeChambeau, even though he's a donkey, he's entertaining, and you know, and the guy can play. Although he failed miserably at the Masters. Other than that,
here we go.
So it's too bad that some of these guys left, and there are some good players over there that need to come back. John Rahm, I'd love to see him back in the PGA Tour. But I mean, they left and they took the money, and there's got to be some kind of penalty, some kind of something. You can't just let those guys come back in.
You know, and without looking it up. What did the guys that were like back in the day that went USFL instead of NFL?
Oh, wow.
They were, all right, you're available. I'm signing you.
Right.
Let's go.
Right.
Even though you went over there. Right. And there were some big name guys, from the Jim Kellys and Herschel Walkers and whatnot. And, if they became available, NFL teams were quickly to sign them. The PGA Tour won't do that.
No.
But financially, most of these guys have made so much money that $5 million, it's a lot of money, but it's not. In especially if they get paid out their full deals from the LIV Tour, and there are some, like Abraham Answer here in San Antonio, he's got so many other things that he's interested in and other businesses. When he went LIV, it was a better deal for his personal and professional life. And, the money's good, but he's got other interests outside of just being a full-time PGA Tour player. That's what he said at the time. I don't know if he still feels that way. Haven't heard from that guy since he went off to the LIV Tour.
Exactly.
I think he still lives in San Antonio, but I have no idea, right?
Well, that's the problem. You haven't heard from a lot of these guys. Now, DeChambeau's out in the public because he does a good job. But, a lot of these guys, and we saw some of them at the Masters, they went to the LIV Tour, and it's like they're on a milk carton. Nobody watched that crap. That's why Saudi Arabia, even though they've got more money than anything, is pulling the funding. It's just not worth it. And I don't care how much money you have. If you're not making money in return, you're going to end the venture. And look, I think most people that follow the PGA knew that the LIV Tour wasn't going to survive. You just knew it wasn't going to survive. That type of a golf tournament is just not what golf fans want to see. It's sincerely, and I know I make fun of it, but it's like watching a damn charity tournament where you start out on hole number 12 and finish on 11. Who the hell wants to see that?
Well, see,
nobody.
And again, you're a diehard golf fan.
Sure. Well, apparently there's a lot of us because nobody was watching that crap.
Well, but I think that they weren't targeting you. They were targeting more the casual fan, and they didn't get them.
No.
And with some of their rules that are relaxed, different from the tour, I think your average fan might be more apt to watching that, is maybe what their thinking was. Or you get enough big names that are going to be draws, whether it's on television or for their in-person events. And they were a lot more fan engaging at their in-person events than the PGA Tour is. Although I think the PGA Tour, now my really only experience is what I've seen here at the Valero Texas Open, is fantastic, where they have the kids' autograph area and stuff like that. And I assume they have similar at every stop. But I think LIV was a little bit more relaxed in areas. But when you don't have 20% of the crowd, it's a little bit easier. But the fact that at this point they're pulling their funding middle of the year. Now, I think they'll still finish this year.
They're going to finish the season, yes.
But they've already canceled an event in Louisiana.
Yes, they have.
And there's probably going to be more of those events get canceled. And you also wonder with some of their sponsors, if they can get out of them, would they? Because who wants to be a part of a sinking ship?
Nobody.
And so if you haven't paid in advance already, why would I write that check? I don't need to sponsor this thing.
That's exactly right. They're going away anyway. Look, it's the way it should be. It's going to be interesting to see. I think, the PGA Tour is not going to be able to just say, okay, this is what you need to do. I think it's going to come down to the players because letting Brooks Koepka back in pissed off a lot of the PGA Tour players.
It did.
It did. Even the $5 million, and nobody asked any of the players, so it pissed them off. And I think they're going to have a lot to say about it on how that happens if and when some of these guys want to come back. And I know they do. Look, John Rahm regretted his decision immediately.
Yep.
He did. He got a lot of money, don't get me wrong, and I'm sure he loves that, but he knew as soon as he played in one of those tournaments, the competition was just like, it's like going from the NFL to the Summer League.
Yeah.
Or the Spring League. In all sincerity, it's just not the same, and the talent is just that far off. And so,
well, it's weekend golf with your buddies.
That's it.
If you're a really good golfer.
Yep.
And the idea, I do think from the PGA Tour standpoint, and I'm surface level, you're knee deep, right? And I get that. They're going to be welcome back, great golfers, but the whole year penalty of going through Q school, some of those guys are above that.
Well, that's Tom Watson's idea.
But I think just from and again, using the Valero Texas Open as an example, the fact that guys like Rory, Skip, And then he said he doesn't like coming to San Antonio or Houston. Well, that sucks, right? And, I think all those guys at some point every couple of years have to play in every tournament on the tour. And that's not a rule, but it probably should be. I think in this case, maybe not all of them, but you got to play in all of them over a 3-year period, play in 80% of the events, a little bit less of the picking and choosing with, I don't know how, because they don't get guaranteed, they all don't get guaranteed money to show up, except for what their sponsors are giving them.
That's exactly right.
They only win money if they make the weekend.
Yep.
So if you don't make the cut,
you don't get paid.
You don't get paid.
Nope.
So there's got to be some way to get these guys to more and more events.
Well, we'll see what happens. But again, I don't think it's going to be up to the PGA Tour by itself. The players are going to have to agree with whatever that is. And I guarantee you they'll start having those conversations pretty soon, I would imagine. David Macias on our Sports Star YouTube page says that'll be Tiger's chauffeur for a week.
Wow. Tiger doesn't want you to know where he's going.
Well, I'm just saying, I think that's not a bad idea. Yeah, chauffeur Tiger around for a little bit. It's crazy. I'm happy about that news. Extremely happy about that news. It is fantastic. We're going to take a break, though, and when we come back, are Aaron Rodgers' days in Pittsburgh over? Could very well be, and they should be, as a matter of fact. And I'm not the only one saying that. We'll continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me tell you about my Kinetico Quality Water Softener, though. I love this thing. If you've listened to this show, you've heard me talk about it. It's been in my house now for a long time, many months, and I don't know what I did without it, to be honest with you. Now, look, I had other water softeners. I've had a lot of, I say a lot, I've had a few in other houses that I've lived in, but they just don't compare. And I wouldn't have known that unless you actually have one and you can compare for yourself. I'm telling you, if you've got an old water softener or don't have one at all, you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family, you owe it to the biggest investment you've made, that being your home, to get the best. And that is a Kinetico Quality Water Softener. They're just absolutely the best, head and shoulders above anything else. And right now, well, they've sweetened the pot a little bit. You buy a Kinetico, you're going to get a free reverse osmosis drinking station that they will install right there at your kitchen sink. Basically means you've got bottled water right there at your kitchen sink. No reason to ever buy bottled water ever again because you've got it right there. Just fill up a glass, like drinking bottled water. It is fantastic. Plus, they're going to give you 0% interest for 12 months. It is a great deal. Don't wait. Get it done. Stop putting this thing off. 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at KineticoSA.com. And you know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Kinetico.
Been in a car wreck? Not sure what happens next? Thomas J. Henry knows, because Thomas J. Henry is one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas. You deserve to get compensated for your injuries. You deserve a law firm that can take your case all the way to trial. You deserve justice. So don't settle for less than you deserve. Get Thomas J. Henry on your side. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Spring is here, and in South Texas, that means storms, wind, rain, and hail. If you've been hit by a storm or think you have damage, now is the time to contact Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. Don't put your trust in an out-of-town storm chaser. Stevens Roofing is a family-owned, locally based company who will be here for years to come. The team at Stevens Roofing and Solar will give you peace of mind when the storms come rolling in. Call 210-785-0994 for Stevens Roofing.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Baseball is back, and BetMGM, official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins all season long. And the action doesn't stop there. Get more out of every at-bat and every inning with MLB same-game parlay boosts. Stack your picks and boost your potential payout. Plus, lock in bigger value with MLB odds boost tokens and MLB parlay boost tokens all season long. More boosts, more swings, more chances to win. Download the BetMGM app and step up to the plate today. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. Promotional offers may vary by market. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards may vary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
We have meaningful basketball being played in San Antonio for the first time in years, and you know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to go watch the games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the Spurs await the next victim. We'll get you ready for Denver, Minnesota, what happened in the closeout games the night before, and more NFL talk as they're working out up at the Star. Party's going to be fun. Set your alarm. It starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a day to celebrate a first-round series win for the San Antonio Spurs. Haven't been able to say that in a long, long time, but we can say it today. They get rid of the Portland Trail Blazers 4-1. The final last night inside the Frost Bank Center was the 4th win, and everybody stepped up, and it was just a fun thing to see. I'm Joe, he's Jason, and we're happy.
We are happy, although you're unhappy.
Why?
Well, because now you got to wait.
Well, there's that. You know, there's no perfect scenario in life, is there?
Well, there's not, although, you know, while we'll talk some basketball coming up, one guy that does make you happy to talk about is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, well, sure.
Especially on this kind of subject.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, I love it. There is a report out today that the new head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike McCarthy, would like for the Steelers to move on from one Aaron Rodgers. And who's to say I would blame them? We talked about this yesterday, Jason, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are one of the iconic franchises in the National Football League, along with the Cowboys and others, obviously. But the Steelers, they're too good to sit there and grovel and beg and plead with some jackass that doesn't want to play or wants the attention, and that's all he's after.
Yeah. They know Aaron far better in whatever conversations they've had. But we heard at the Combine he's going to make a decision relatively soon. Then we heard he was going to make a decision before the draft. And it's now April 29th, and he hasn't made a decision. Then the Cowboys, the Steelers used that tag on him that I didn't even know that it existed. Have you ever heard of this particular tag that
it's not used very often?
No, right? Which, reading about it, it's almost like, all right, dude, you're going to play here or nowhere else, or we're going to get compensated. And nobody's going to compensate you. And you're getting a raise to $15 million versus the 10. Remember, he was going to play for 10. What was it? What did he say? 10 M's?
10 M's.
And if you're Aaron Rodgers, is sensitive as he seems to be, how do you take that? Right? But you're holding a franchise hostage. But at the same time, when did Ben Roethlisberger last play? They can't get the quarterback spot right. And for all the people that have bagged on Jerry for sticking with Dak Prescott, what the Steelers are going through is very similar to what the Cowboys went through when Troy Aikman retired and until they tripped into Tony Romo. I mean, you remember Quincy Carter, second-round pick? He was going to be the guy that did actually go win a playoff game. And you think about all those quarterbacks that the Cowboys had in that span before they tripped into Tony Romo and in a lot of ways tripped into Dak Prescott. He was a fourth-round pick.
Yes, he was.
Mind you, their second fourth-round pick of that particular draft. It's hard to find a quarterback for everybody except, I don't know, New England. But you look at where Pittsburgh is and still not having their quarterback situation solved, that they'd rather have a 50-year-old Aaron Rodgers or the potential of them as opposed to what they currently have on the roster. Because they just drafted Drew Aller.
They did. They've got Will Howard, who they drafted last year.
Yeah, but Mike McCarthy didn't draft him.
No, he didn't. But you've got two young quarterbacks. At some point in time, Rodgers is not the guy. You got 1 year. Is Rodgers going to be the difference? The dude looked like he was dead in the playoff games.
He was.
He was horrible. So do you honestly want to saddle up again with Aaron Rodgers, hoping that at a year older he's going to be better than he was last year? I mean, at some point in time, you've got to move on and try and find the next.
But is Aaron Rodgers, with the right people around him, better for 1 year than Will Howard or Drew Aller or Mason Rudolph?
We just don't know, do we?
I think he's a bum.
But if you were to put money on it, if you were to say you got 1 year with one of these guys, I'm still going Aaron Rodgers.
Well, you go with him.
There were some moments last year where he looked like it. They had a crap offensive line. He did get better receiver help. But in reality, it wasn't good. Now, Aaron Rodgers with Mike McCarthy calling plays, I like a lot more than what you had Aaron Rodgers dealing with last year. One is their familiarity with each other, but two, you understand what Mike McCarthy can do with the quarterback, and if Aaron Rodgers, follows direction and doesn't just change every play at the line of scrimmage. But you give me 1 year, I think I'd rather have Aaron Rodgers than those other guys.
Well, Mike McCarthy disagrees with you, according to Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk.
Which is kind of surprising.
And so he said, at some point in time, you got to start thinking about the future. And McCarthy's there. He's going to have a honeymoon period. And you trot out one of these guys. They battle in training camp. Who is it? Drew Aller was a pretty good quarterback. Will Howard's a pretty good quarterback, and he's been in the league for a while. Have those two guys compete and see what they can do. And Rodgers is nothing for your future. He's a 1 year total. That's it. And he's jerking you around to begin with.
See, and that's the part where, like, if Mike McCarthy truly wants to move on from him, can't the Steelers just say, hey, we've moved on, there's no longer a job offer? And maybe that's what they're doing here is not only Aaron Rodgers, are we not going to sign you, although I guess with this tag they could, but we're going to keep you from going somewhere else without getting some sort of compensation. And then you look at the Rams and all the crap they're taking for taking Ty Simpson at 13 because they're planning for their future. Now, whether Simpson is the future whenever Matthew Stafford is done remains to be seen, but could they have done all kinds of stuff as opposed to taking Ty Simpson at 13? You listen to their GM with all the trades that were happening right before then, including the Cowboys moving up one, the potential of trading back, those trade partners kind of disappeared. So if they wanted Simpson, they felt like they had to take him at 13. Doesn't help this year's team or Matthew Stafford try to win what he has left, but it's somebody for the future. Aaron Rodgers, mad as hell at Green Bay when they took Jordan Love. At some point, you do have to plan for your future. The Pittsburgh Steelers have not. They made this bad.
No, they have. They've got 2 young quarterbacks on their roster. You got to figure out if these guys can play. You just drafted Drew Aller. I mean, I don't know what you want. And you've got Will Howard. You've got 2 young quarterbacks that can battle it out, and you got to see what you've got.
You've got you've drafted. You've got young quarterbacks for the future, but are either one of them for the right now?
Well, of course they are. How many guys come in and play? You've got to find out what you've got. And Aaron Rodgers is not the guy. And for the Pittsburgh Steelers to even contemplate signing this guy again,
well, they still are,
is ridiculous. They've got 2 guys. Why are you drafting a quarterback last year? You're drafting another one this year. See what these guys can do. Let them compete and see what they got. Hell, Will Howard, you never know. He may be the next coming of Drake May. You don't know that. Drew Aller, who knows what he could turn into. But they're not going to get that opportunity if the Crypt Keeper is under center for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I don't know. Russell Wilson still available?
Time to move on and let those guys compete and see what they can do. I mean, if I'm a player in that locker room, honestly, I mean, you got to move on. And McCarthy, this is the perfect time for him to move on. He's got a honeymoon period. And so they lose this year, they lose this year. And they're quarterbacks, but they find out what they've got, if they've got anything, or do they need to look elsewhere? I just think it puts them back using Aaron. They're not going to win a Super Bowl anyway. They're not a Super Bowl team.
No.
And they're certainly not a Super Bowl team with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he was awful in the playoffs. Awful. I mean, the guy looked like his age.
Yet he still got that team to the playoffs.
Oh, well, that's great.
Now, granted, it was because of a missed kick.
Pittsburgh gets to the playoffs every year.
And lose.
And loses in the first round.
Mike Tomlin's at NBC. The fact that he said that. Yeah,
exactly.
Well, you know, and you hear some of the rumors about Tomlin that, you know, if Vrabel ultimately doesn't surprise, that he could end up coaching the New England Patriots. A rumor out there.
Unbelievable. Yeah, well, that is the rumor. If Vrabel resigns, they're not going to fire Vrabel, but he may say, I need some time. Who knows? I love the fact that Claymore has listed every quarterback.
And he says he did this without Google, so I'm going to do it without Google as well. All those quarterbacks I mentioned between Romo and Aikman. Now, mind you, it's been a while since we've done this exercise, and I will say that at one point, Dat Wynn was a teammate with all of these guys, and Dat could not name all the quarterbacks that started while he was a member of the Dallas Cowboys. You got Tony Banks, Ryan Leaf, Drew Bledsoe's ghost of Drew was there, Clint Sterner, Anthony Wright, Quincy Carter, Drew Henson, Chad Hutchinson, Vinny Testaverde, Randall Cunningham, Brad Johnson.
And keep in mind, Randall Cunningham, Brad Johnson, they were on the ends of their career.
I think the only one you left out was Kyle Orton. I think Kyle Orton was there for a while at the end.
Yeah. They tripped, and sometimes you have to do that, don't you? I mean, sometimes you trip into somebody because the Cowboys had Romo, got hurt. Then they had little Kellen Moore, got hurt. All they had left was Dak Prescott. And we were wondering, who was the guy that was a safety?
Jamil Showers.
Jamil Showers. We were wondering if it was going to be Jamil Showers' job. And then here comes Dak Prescott, and he plays well enough to earn that job. And, the rest is history.
And I mean, this goes because little Kellen Moore snapped his leg right in front of me and Joe.
Yep, sure was.
I got great photos of it. He was still in TV at the time.
Yep.
And the noises that were coming out of the mouth of one Kellen Moore were you'll never forget certain things. And then when they put him in the tent, and John Kitna. Was John Kitna one of those? No.
Kitna was one of those.
Orton and Kitna were Romo backup options after he started getting injured a lot.
I remember Kitna saw some playing time though.
But and then we were like, all right, where are we going? You got this young guy named Dak Prescott who was actually on the Blitz the day all that happened, before the afternoon practice when that happened, and he was just happy to be there and doing all the work, and then Jamil Showers and Could Nick Foles come in? Because at that point, he was a free agent. Would they fly in Nick Foles? Could he be the savior?
Mm-hmm.
And then Dak won that first preseason game, and they were like, he's pretty good. Or even his real first practice. And he got into it with Des Bryant about running the wrong route. And everybody was like, all right,
wow,
this rookie's got something.
Yeah. No, he was impressive and then had a hell of a rookie year.
Yeah.
I mean, he really did. So the rest is history. Sometimes you got to trip into a guy, and it's time for the Steelers. In my mind, look, I don't give a damn what the Steelers do. I hate them. But I think I hate Aaron Rodgers even more. I mean, it's just time for him to go away.
Man, the hate that you have.
Unbelievable.
All right.
Dude.
So you think about some of the Cowboy quarterbacks through the years. Rodney Peete, Bernie Kosar.
Bernie Kosar.
Uh-huh. So let's see. The year Aikman's last year in 2000, Randall Cunningham went 1-2, Anthony Wright 0-2. Then they drafted Quincy Carter. He went 3-5, got hurt. Anthony Wright 1-2, Ryan Leaf 0-3, Clint Sterner 1-1. Sterner won a game. Chad Hutchinson, Quincy Carter in 0-2. Carter.
Wow.
And 0-3, Carter went 10-6. We thought, well, yeah, all right.
Maybe you got something.
Yeah.
I know Jerry loved him.
Yep.
Jerry was in love with Quincy Carter.
Yep. All right. Now I'm getting messages. I think Mark Sanchez was much later.
Mark Sanchez
Yeah.
played for Cowboys?
Yeah, he was he was there for a while. So let's see, Tony Romo. So Tony Romo took over in 2006. So between Aikman and Romo, Cunningham, Anthony Wright, Ryan Leaf, Clint Sterner, Chad Hutchinson, Vinny Testaverde, Drew Henson, and Drew Bledsoe. So 8 quarterbacks.
Wow.
Now, when Tony Romo was the backup, you also had guys like Brad Johnson, John Kitna, Stephen McGee.
Stephen, that's right.
Kyle
Stephen
Lorton,
McGee.
Brandon Whedon,
Wow.
Matt Castle, and little Kellen Moore went 0-2.
Wow.
And then Dak Prescott took over and went 13-3 in 2016. And his backups have included the greats of Andy Dalton, Garrett Gilbert, which might have been one of the worst games until Ben DiNucci got a start. Ironically, that was against the Pittsburgh Steelers, wasn't it? When they set football back 50 years.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush, Trey Lance with a start.
Trey Lance.
Wow.
Trey, where is he? L.A. Chargers still, is he? Is that where he's at? I can't remember where. I think he's with the Chargers.
Maybe.
I could be wrong.
But the Dirty never got to start. But Mark Sanchez did play for the Cowboys.
How about that?
He was a good friend of Dak Prescott. Good advisor role. DiNucci was against the Eagles. Are you sure? Was his the really, 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 really bad game, or was that the Garrett Gilbert game? They were both bad. Good times.
Wow.
The pain of being a Dallas Cowboy fan.
The Eagles.
What?
Sunday Night Football against the Eagles, November 1st, made his first start.
What were his stats?
Ben DiNucci.
21 of 40 for 180 yards, sacked 4 times, lost a fumble in a 23-9 loss.
Well, then how bad was the Garrett Gilbert game? Look that one
He's
up.
looking that up.
Look that one up. I mean, the joy of being...
Garrett Gilbert, though, I remember him coming in with, he wasn't bad at Texas. And then he transferred from Texas and went to SMU.
Mm-hmm.
So, we thought maybe he's the guy. But, he obviously didn't turn out to be that guy. But interesting stuff. A lot of quarterbacks I had forgotten about that played for the Cowboys in between.
Yeah. Gilbert played against the Steelers.
Yeah. Not bad. 21 of 38, 243, a touchdown and an interception, and a 24-19 loss.
I will say about Garrett Gilbert, and interesting dude whose NFL career never was what it was, and the expectations that he had as a college player. But I remember when he was in the Alliance playing for Orlando, and they were playing here in San Antonio. And pretty cool because, I looked down at my phone and Steve Spurrier's calling me because we were doing the head coaching interviews. And he told me so many things about Garrett, and he's like, when you talk to him, ask him this, ask him this, ask him this. The crap that guy has gone through, but his love of the game, to be able to keep going to play. And in San Antonio, his parents were there, and the fans were heckling them so bad, it was almost embarrassing. But the way he handled himself and just wanted to just go play football was impressive.
It's an impressive list, and I had forgotten a bunch of those guys.
I don't know how impressive a list it is. It's
Well,
way too long of a list. And Pittsburgh, welcome to the show.
Well, welcome to the show. At least they got a couple of young guys that can play. Just need to get rid of that old dude. He's all done.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody else wants him, and that's the problem. Nobody else wants that guy. At least for now. Maybe after an injury or so, somebody would call him, but nobody wants him. Hey, let's do some Spurs basketball because Pledge has found the post-game speech by Mitch Johnson that he talked to his team. We'll hear from Mitch Johnson what he said to his team immediately after the Spurs won Game 5 last night inside the Frostbank Center. We'll do that when we continue here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, I want to introduce you, though, to Window Nation. You know, spring has arrived, and well, it's going to get hot. You know it is. And I know we've got some storms coming in as well, and all of those things. Well, you want to make sure your windows are in good shape. And what I loved about Window Nation when they first came aboard with us here at San Antonio Sports Star, they came in and gave us the whole demonstration, the same one that you'll get when you set up your consultation at windownation.com. They'll give you the same deal and let you know how much money you might be losing with your old windows because the air conditioner just flies right out of there and the heat comes right in from the outside. Window Nation, their windows, that doesn't happen. You are going to save a ton of money on your electric bill with brand new windows for Window Nation, and now is the perfect time to get that done because they've got a great sale going on. It's called the More You Buy, the More You Save sale. In fact, you can save up to 50% off of all of your windows. It's like getting a 2-for-1 deal. 50% off of all your windows. Plus, they'll give you 0% interest for 5 years. Unbelievable. They have top quality windows. In fact, they're so confident in their windows that they back them with a lifetime warranty. That's right, a lifetime warranty. Window Nation will back these windows. Plus, they're rated A+ by the Better Business Bureaus. This is a great company with a great product, and they want to take care of you as well. And right now, they're giving you a big reason to get that done. The More You Buy, the More You Save sale going on right now. Look, the sale's going to end soon. It can't last forever. It is too good of a deal. Take advantage of it. All you have to do is go to windownation.com. That's windownation.com and schedule your consultation.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio and have been practicing law here since 1994. And in the past 30-plus years, I've helped hundreds of San Antonians injured by negligent drivers. If you've been injured in a car or truck collision, call me, 210-900-0400. I did want to let you know of a very disturbing trend I've seen that you really need to be aware of. If an attorney or someone acting on that attorney's behalf calls you after a traffic collision, with very limited exceptions, that is called barratry or solicitation. It's a crime and is unethical under our state bar rules. Do not answer these phone calls. Do not hire an unethical attorney. Neither I nor anyone in my firm will ever call you after a traffic collision. If you need my help, and if you've been injured in a traffic collision, I think you do, you'll need to call me. My name is Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app, share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. The largest gun show in San Antonio is at the Shriner Auditorium this weekend. Texas Gun Shows is open this Friday from 4 to 7 p.m., 10 a.m. to 5 Saturday, and then 10 a.m. to 4 Sunday. Texas Gun Shows is at the Shriner Auditorium on 1604 this Friday through Sunday.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits two. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddles, Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Interesting development when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys.
George Pickens has signed the franchise tag, according to Todd Archer. Todd Archer said the signing of the tender guarantees Pickens $27.3 million for this season, gives him injury protection as well. Theoretically, it does open up the door of a trade, but Stephen Jones has said the Cowboys have no intention of dealing him.
Yeah, I have no intention of having dinner tonight either.
Oh, that's not true. You have every
exactly.
intention.
That's my point.
Yeah, why would they trade him? And I say that at this point, why would they trade him? If you think about everything that the Cowboys have done this offseason, with the focus basically on shoring up and improving a crappy defense, is that offense not losing a beat? And if George Pickens isn't a part of that offense, it's not near as good. We've seen Dak and CD. We've seen Dak and CD with GP. That's a better offense. Their defense is better today than it was at any point last season.
Absolutely.
And we just said they had to be okay. They didn't have to be a great defense. But with that offense, so I do believe that Stephen Jones means they want him to play on the tag. And kind of what Shereen Williams was saying yesterday, could he get tagged a second time? You're not giving him any long-term guarantees, but this is far cheaper, the $10 million a year cheaper than what he would get if he were getting an elite wide receiver one kind of
Well, the Cowboys
contract.
are never going to pay him elite wide receiver one contract
but that's
anyway.
supposedly what he was asking for.
Well, I'm sure he is, and I'm sure he would still like that. But if the Cowboys sign him to another franchise tag next year, that's probably in the neighborhood of what Pickens is going to get if he signs with the Dallas Cowboys, about $33 million. He's not making $40 million with the Dallas Cowboys.
No, but if that's what he's asking for, then the Cowboys' option is I can pay you on the tag 2 years cheaper than what your annual salary would be. Because remember, we go back, even if he went for $35 million, just a hair above what CeeDee Lamb is getting. Remember, CeeDee told us at the Super Bowl he'd be cool with that because, that was the neighborhood they're looking at. Well, even next year, I don't know that I'd have to look up what the tag number is. I forget. I know we've seen
about $32 million is what we
which
project.
Is still cheaper than what we've been talking about on a long-term deal. Now, if that is the Cowboys' plan, Pickens obviously isn't going to be happy with it. But the fact that he signs it now, and I know Adam Schefter was tweeting it the other day, and there's been all kinds of BS about that. Why now? Unless there is a trade in the works, and maybe there was the potential of a trade during the draft that ultimately didn't happen. Everybody has egg on their face right now because the agent said in an email he intends to sign, so okay, sign it. But also, is this an olive branch from George Pickens that he truly does want to be there, and now he's obligated to be at all the mandatory offseason stuff, including the start of training camp, or he's subject to fines.
Yeah, he's obligated now. He's got to come to work.
So if no trade is involved, this is a guy who has said he wants to be a member of the Dallas Cowboys, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to prove himself over and over. All those things that Stephen Jones said in the pre-draft press conference after Jerry left to go have lunch with Bill Clinton, and Stephen took over and dropped bombshell after bombshell. Well, it's young. The relationship's still new. Like you, but I don't love you is what I took out of that because we're not giving you a long-term contract, not even going to negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing George Pickens can do to prove himself that he wants to be a Cowboy is this. Sign the tag early, don't be a distraction during the offseason, and come to work.
Well, that's it. So we'll see if he does that. Or does he hold out for hoping the Cowboys will give him something? I found it interesting that the Cowboys could sign him. Obviously, if he signed his tag today, which by all indications he has, there could still be some incentive money involved for this upcoming year that he could actually make more money than he's currently going to make under the franchise tag. So be interesting to see what Pickens does and if he truly means that he's happy being with the Cowboys and wants to play with Prescott and company.
Again, benefit of the doubt, I'm giving it to him. Unless in the next 24, 48 hours the guy gets traded, but there's no rumors of any trade right now.
No.
And the only reason for him to sign it now is him saying, I'm coming to work. I want to be here. This is where I want to be. All the things that he has said during the season, the exit interviews, he wants to be here, doing the off-season travel and working out with Dak and with CeeDee Lamb. All of it indicates that he wants to be a part of this team and be a good teammate and not being a holdout and not being a distraction. And him signing that tag today, if he holds out now, it's going to cost him money. If he doesn't show up for the mandatory stuff, he can get fined. So the only reason for him to do it today is I'm proving to you, boss, that I want to be here. I'm doing what you've asked me to do. You know, you kind of go back to a year ago with Micah Parsons. The conversations were, if I'm going to give you this money, this is what I expect out of the leaders of our team. I don't know that Jerry and GP have had a similar kind of conversation, but I imagine Dak and CD have said, look, you want this kind of money, this is the route you need to go on, because Jerry is a lot more willing to write a check to somebody that is a total team player, and this is a sign of that. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that that's the route they're going, since there was no trade during the draft and nothing seems imminent right now on the trade talks.
Well, you give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll wait and see what happens with George Pickens. Yeah, and benefit of the doubt. There were some flags last year, and I just want to see how he shows up this year and plays. If he does, if he's everything you just said you think he will be, then so be it. And I'll eat my words. But I'm going to wait and see what happens between now and, the first mandatory OTA, because there will be a couple of voluntaries coming up here. We'll see if Pickens shows up to that. If he does, then I'll start to side with you. If he doesn't, then I'll still wait and see.
But he has to show up at the mandatory.
He does.
Or he'll be subject to a fine.
Right. He does not have to show up for the voluntary. You would think if he's all what you just said, he will be at the voluntary OTAs.
It'll be interesting to see. But I look at that as a good sign because when we heard it Thursday, all you're thinking is trade.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that didn't happen, then you find out, well, he hadn't actually signed it yet. Then you're like, all right, what's going on here? And is this a fumble on the part of David Mulligetta, the agent, for saying that your client is going to do something that he ultimately hadn't done up until today? And who knows? Maybe Mulligetta told Stephen Jones last week, hey, he's going to sign it, but next week let's get through the draft because – I'm about to make $1 billion with all my draft class. So, but know that it's coming. He's going to sign it, but let's do the paperwork next week after I get through the draft.
Well, who told Adam Schefter then he had signed it? Because somebody did. Schefter didn't just pull that out of his butt.
No, I mean, by all accounts, Mulligetta, the agency, said he intends to sign.
Well, that's not what Schefter said. Schefter said he had signed it.
I know.
So I don't know who's playing who or what's going on there with Adam Schefter. I just don't believe he pulled that out of his backside, and somebody told him that he had signed it. Somebody that he trusts, whether that was Mulligetta or somebody within the Cowboys organization or whatever. But whoever it is, I would think he doesn't trust him very much anymore. After giving him some bad info like that. It's interesting. That's the breaking news this afternoon. George Pickens, by all accounts, now even our good buddy John Machota is saying that. Todd Archer's saying that Pickens has signed his franchise tag with the Dallas Cowboys. We'll see what that means.
The Dov Cleveland guy on Twitter that nobody knows who he is but has a gazillion followers.
I saw that. I wasn't going to say anything.
20 minutes ago that Pickens unfollowed the Cowboys Instagram today.
Well, see, I don't know that, and I was looking for that, but I didn't see any indication of that, so we'll see. Now Calvin Watkins is coming out. So apparently this is absolutely true because all the Cowboys reporters are saying the same thing, and they're in lockstep in their message. Now, they're all saying sources are saying.
Yeah.
There's nothing official from the Cowboys just yet, but I have to believe that he has signed his franchise tag. What does that mean for the Dallas Cowboys? It'd be interesting to find out. We were going to talk some Spurs basketball, Minix.
Yeah,
because
we still will.
Because Mitch Johnson apparently made a great speech in the locker room after last night's game. We'll hear from the head coach of your San Antonio Spurs when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're ready to feel like yourself again, if you've been dealing with low energy, gained a little weight, low sex drive holding you back, it's time to get your testosterone levels checked. And you could do that at Synergenics and Low T Center, where if you need it, you can get TRT customized to your body. You see, Synergenics delivers hormone therapy built around you, the individual. It's not a standard protocol. Everybody gets the same thing. Every treatment plan is customized based on comprehensive lab work, symptoms, provider evaluation, with ongoing adjustments designed to keep the patients optimized safely over time. You're not going to get that with the telehealth middlemen. Synergenics operates as a vertically integrated medical practice, from diagnostics and provider oversight to treatment management and ongoing optimization. Patients receive coordinated care designed for long-term results. Synergenics and Low T Center also offers medically guided peptide and metabolic therapies that can help with weight management, support recovery, sleep quality, body composition, healthy aging. And right now you can get into Synergenics and Low T Center. The T-test for men, absolutely free. Hormone testing for ladies is just $99, so you can save $200 there. Book now at lowtcenter.com or go to synergenics.com, SYNERGENX.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is KTFM Floresville and streaming online at sasportstar.com.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Almost 90 years ago, Academy Sports and Outdoors was born right here in Texas. So we know a thing or two about a thing or two. Like beans don't belong in chili. It's called a feeder road. And how far really means how long. We've been your neighbor for generations. That's why we're adding Texas-sized deals across the store, only in Texas. If you happen to find a better price at a competitor, we'll beat it by 5%. Academy. Fun can't lose.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Food truck owners, today business will be booming. People will love your new menu and not make special orders. You will not roll your eyes when someone calls it a quesadilla. You will also switch to Progressive to get 30 customizable coverage options and restore your inner peace. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and covered selections.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver from New Nordic, the delicious daily detox that will keep you feeling your best. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon or pick up some at your local CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Fiesta with NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse with party-worthy promos. Through the end of April, take $150 off the American-made Real Truck Undercover Ultraflex truck bed cover. Call or visit with promo code BLITZ to save $100 with free install. That's $999 installed on most Silverado, Ram, or F-150 5.5-foot bed Ultraflex covers. 200 in stock. No wait. Shop local with NAW. Family operated since 1978 on Culebra or online at nawtruck.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Allergy. Every day you wait, pain has one more day to take from you. If it's keeping you from work, workouts, sleep, or just feeling like yourself, it's time to fix it. At Allergy, we find the root cause and treat it. No pills, no surgery. Most patients feel better in just one visit. Covered by most insurance plans, visit Arasti.com today. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
To find the location nearest you, visit Arasti.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Breaking this afternoon, it is being reported by several people in Dallas that Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens has indeed signed his franchise tag. Houston Texans have extended linebacker Azeez Al-Shire 3-year deal, $54 million. The NCAA has initiated the final steps to formalize an expanded tournament format from 68 teams to 76 teams for the men's and women's tournaments.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a great Wednesday out there, whatever you're doing, however you are doing it. Thanks for spending a little time with us here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix, and everybody in a good mood here in San Antonio today.
Well, of course. I mean, the Spurs are moving on to the second round. You're in an extra giddy mood because LIV Golf is officially dying.
Going down in flames.
And George Pickens has now officially signed. As Adam Schefter tweeted along the lines of what was supposed to happen last week is now official. Get this egg off of my face.
Poor Shefty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was a little bit premature.
Well,
Adam Shefty.
Or was he?
He was.
You know, whoever he got the information, ultimately it proves to be accurate.
Ultimately, it does. I'm not sure if that lets Shefty off the hook or not, but It apparently has happened now. Nothing official from the Dallas Cowboys that I've seen. No, actually there is. The tweet by the Dallas Cowboys is saying it now. Mike Garofalo reposted it. It's a Dallas Cowboys Twitter account. Pickens has signed his franchise tag. So there you go. It is official now from the Cowboys themselves. So he is in, and we'll see where it goes from here. But he's obligated to show up for work now.
He is.
So
yep. Cowboys official Twitter. George Pickens signed franchise tender.
There it is.
And Cowboys respond to trade rumors. They're not trading him. I mean, this Cowboys offseason has gone about as well as anybody could have planned. The one bit of drama, the D in Dallas that means drama, that we thought we were going to have throughout the offseason, April 29th is off the board.
What the hell are we going to talk about? With no drama in Dallas? I mean, what the hell are we talking about?
Somebody's going to get arrested.
Somebody will do something.
I mean,
right?
there's going to be something.
Interesting.
It is
stuff,
the Dallas Cowboys. All you got to do is say, hey, Jerry, what are we going to talk about? Hold him a beer. He'll come up with something.
I'm sure he will. That is for sure. So interesting. Now, I know that you're that Kleeman guy, but I don't know what ML football is. Do you? Does that sound credible to you?
I don't know what
it's an aggregator.
What's that mean?
Same thing as climbing.
Okay. All right. We'll leave that alone.
Well, what did it say?
Well, it's back to his Instagram.
Did he follow him back?
That he unfollowed them, apparently. So I'm until I hear it from one of the rep.
Pledge, will you check and see if Pickens is following the Cowboys' Instagram?
I don't know why that matters. Does it?
Well, because it's 2026, and that's how you know things.
I guess so.
I mean,
so if he unfollowed the Cowboys' Twitter account or whatever Instagram account, then he's obviously pissed off and he's getting traded.
You know how these kids are. I mean, they'll scrub their social media, they'll unfollow. Sometimes, you read the tea leaves. Man, all of a sudden he's following all these people. He must be going there, right? That's how it works.
That's how it works.
And I wait for somebody else to do that kind of research and homework. I don't give that much of a damn. But when you see it, you can go and check. Who knows?
Who knows? We will wait and see, because now Pickens has got to show up to those mandatory things. Still doesn't have to show up to the voluntary. That's up to him. And won't be fined for that. But when it has that mandatory in front of it, he has to be there. And there will be one of those coming up, I think, in May.
Yeah, well, I'm curious. I wonder if GP was in the building, because a lot of guys are in. Did you see Dak Prescott showing up yesterday?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So which former wide receiver was it, Antonio Brown or Ocho Cinco? Somebody tweeted earlier, man, guy gets divorced, and look at the pep in his step. I'm like, well, you're almost there. He didn't get divorced. He just didn't get married.
Well, sometimes it will give you a little burst of energy to shake some things off, if you know what I mean.
No, Joe, what do you mean?
Look, Dak Prescott, for all my thoughts of him and critique of his play, he's a leader. Mm-hmm. The guy is a leader, and he shows up for this kind of stuff, and that's what all players should do. But he is the leader of this team as well, so it's a little bit more might be expected of him, I would think, than anybody else. And props to him for showing up. I think that shows a great deal of leadership from a guy that everybody looks to for that. So there you go. Mitch Johnson, what do you think about his leadership? Been pretty good this year.
Far-exceeding expectations. And again, you're taking over for a Greg Popovich.
Uh-huh.
We don't know Mitch Johnson. We saw him as an interim coach, and now you're seeing him as a head coach. You wondered, who could they go get? You think about some on the Spurs family tree, Greg Popovich's tree. Remember, there were rumors about Steve Kerr. There's rumors that, he met with Golden State officials and no resolution yet, although he's not really expected to come back. So there was all kinds of stuff. What do you we're all learning more about Mitch Johnson. And, of course, this is his first playoff series as well as a coach. There are some times where you can question stuff, but you do that with everybody. But you talk about leadership, and we don't often get a glimpse of this side of Mitch Johnson. But this was Mitch Johnson post-game last night.
That's the playoff series that we just went through. That's the physicality. That's the competitiveness. That's the ability to move on from good and bad. And there's so many things that we will talk about and take away and carry with us forward. But there's so many things in those 5 games available and not, different lineups and not, different ways we can guard it and not, but so many things that we can be better at. We all can be better at, and when we were successful in so many good things, to continue that. We got to move on from the good and when we need to continue to improve.
Well, interesting. And I think basically that address, that speech is saying, look, guys, that's what playoff basketball is all about. You've just been introduced to it. Your feet, you guys dove in. You did well. And that's what playoff basketball is all about. And I think that's what he's trying to say there and tell them that they're no longer inexperienced in my mind. They've got a long way to go. There's a lot of road to travel yet to get where they want to go. But they've completed that first step. They've got some playoff experience. They know what it's all about. And now it's time to move on. Well,
and you look at the playoff experience factor. In a lot of ways, they're doing this whole thing ass backwards because none of us thought they were going to be a 2 seed. You thought that playoff experience would be when you're the 7 seed and facing the 2 seed, and you go through what Portland just went through.
So you're saying they're skipping steps, Minix?
They're doing it ass backwards. I mean, because none of us thought they would be a 2 seed when the season started. I don't even know at the beginning of March if we thought this team was going to finish in the top 4. They just never lost. And then they were chasing the 1 seed, but Oklahoma City never lost. But it was a good first-round test. But like Wemby has said, the inexperience, you just got to block out that noise.
I don't know how my teammates handle it, but they all seem to do a great job at it. I guess we know each other much more than anybody outside knows us, and we trust each other. But for me, it's I'm not even really trying to avoid that. It's just not a thing.
Yeah, not gonna. I mean, avoid it. It's there. It is what it is. Live in the moment and just go.
Yeah, without a doubt. And now the next test in this little journey in the playoffs is waiting. And I tell you what, I think sometimes that's tough. We heard Stephon Castle after last night's game talk about that would be the one of the most difficult things to do. They don't want to wait. They want to play. And I mean, as young as these guys are, Jason, I think they would rather, whether they want the rest or not, they'd rather be playing.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I think I've watched every game so far, but I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, we're gonna have to see one of them eventually. So, I don't think we're needing any extra time to, wait and see which one we're gonna play. I think we're ready.
We're ready. They don't want to wait. Unfortunately, they're going to have to. Maybe, depending on what happens tomorrow night with Minnesota and Denver. The T-Wolves could win that thing, and we got a playoff series starting this weekend.
And with the Fiesta-colored T-shirts.
Yes. They're bringing them back for Game 1. I don't think – didn't we talk about this after that game? I don't think the Spurs, though, can have the Fiesta floor. Maybe they can have the Fiesta floor. I don't know, but
they can't do the jersey.
Can't do the jersey.
But you got the T-shirt, so you can do that.
The Fiesta's over anyway.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
No.
Sure it is.
The playoffs are a fiesta.
Well, they are.
That's what they're saying. Keep Fiesta going.
All right.
I mean, you don't need medals at this point, but the T-shirts are going to be available.
Well, the T-shirts will.
Yeah.
And will they put them out really nice, just like they did? And will everybody put them on
everybody
like they did?
Wear them.
Everybody wear them.
Well, they're calling people out.
Yeah.
It's a new age in San Antonio. You still got the honking after the first round. The dude that had the firework cannons going out of the back of his truck.
Dude, that was excellent.
The gasoline on the ground, lighting that on fire on the road.
That wasn't excellent. Let's not do that. I love the fireworks, though, that those guys, I don't know what those were, like air cannons shooting those, or just huge Roman candles.
Yeah, I think. Not that you're supposed to buy them in city limits, but you can buy stuff like that.
I guess so.
I don't know if you should shoot them off in the middle of a road that's crowded, but what the hell?
Well, interesting.
It's party
man.
time.
Yeah, well, sure
Wait
it is.
till we all, they win the whole thing, and those of us that are going to get our furniture paid for are happy, and everybody's out celebrating.
That's right. I forgot. Minix has got a big bet on the line, if you will, on the Spurs winning a championship.
I bought the furniture.
Well, I know.
Will I get it refunded?
Well, it'd be kind of nice to get your money back, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, it would.
Yes. There you go. So Minix has got a lot on the line here.
Screw it.
Go Spurs, go.
Yes. I'm sure a lot of people took advantage of that deal. What was the name of the company?
Bob Mills.
Bob Mills, yeah. I'm sure a lot of people took advantage of that, and I hope you all get your money back. It's fantastic. Everybody needs to do that. A lot of playoff action coming up tonight. It doesn't affect the Spurs at all, but there could be some knockouts. That is for sure. Let's talk about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let me tell you about Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899 is the phone number. Now, if you're having an emergency situation with your AC or your plumbing, Quarter Moon is the best company to call, 651-5899. They also have great maintenance programs, and they've got this new thing that they've created called the Breathe Easy Package, because apparently they were getting a lot of calls, and people are like, dude, my house smells funny. It's your AC unit. Could be your AC unit. So what they will do with their Breathe Easy package, they're going to come out and pull and deep clean your blower motor, blower wheel, and your AC housing. Then they're going to clean your coil, disinfect the inside of the AC cabinet, and then install a UV light to zap bacteria and other nasty stuff hiding in your unit. Sounds like a lot. I don't know what any of that means. But if you're dealing with a house that smells funky and this is going to fix that, it's worth every penny, because you're going to get a cleaner home, a fresher home, and an AC system that smells like it should. So if that's you, it's not socks somewhere that have been under the couch for months. It could be your AC unit. So call Quarter Moon and ask them about their Breathe Easy package. 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Hi, I am Officer Sarai Walton with the San Antonio Police Department. SAPD is always hiring, and you can apply online if you think you have what it takes to become part of the SAPD family. Submit your application at sapdcareers.com. Once you submit your application, you will be contacted to begin the process. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring. Start your journey to a rewarding career by applying online at sapdcareers.com. That is sapdcareers.com.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with 0 alcohol, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and 0 calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
What is the big news of the day? Dallas Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens has signed his franchise tag. He's on the hook to the Dallas Cowboys for the offseason stuff that he's got to mandatorily be at. But more importantly, what does that mean? He will play for the Cowboys this season? Is there a trade in the works or perhaps something else?
What would the other option be?
Signing a long-term deal.
Long-term deal. And you know, by all accounts with what has been said, granted, they lie to us all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
But with what has been said, George Pickens is part of the plans for the 2026 Dallas Cowboys. Stephen has been adamant about that. Jerry, now Stephen a little bit more forthful, saying that we're not going to negotiate with him and we're not going to trade him. And he signs the tag, so he will be a Cowboy in 26 unless he does get traded. He does not have to report until mid-June. That is the first mandatory workout. Now, that said, they've got some OTAs and some voluntary stuff that, you know, the good team player trying to get a long-term deal you would think would show up to. But, again, they've had all along until July 15th to work out a long-term deal. But him signing the tag requires him to show up sooner and for other stuff. But I wonder if that, from David Mulligetta, the motive, maybe they'll talk to us more if you've signed the tag versus not. I'm not signing the tag. I'm not going to show up for training camp. I'm not going to miss a game check, so we'll see you in September. Stephen and Jerry aren't going to negotiate that way. You saw that with Micah Parsons. So maybe this is Mulligetta and George Pickens' plan to get Stephen to, all right, let's negotiate. Let's see what that long-term deal is going to look like. I know you said you weren't going to talk to me, but that was under the assumption that I refused to sign the tag. if I've signed the tag, are you more willing to talk long term?
Well, I'm sure Mulligetta is going to ask that question.
Sure.
It just depends on how Steven's going to answer it. History, and I guess history, because I just look at Dak Prescott, signed 2 tags, and then it paid off for him in the long run because he is still currently the highest paid player in the NFL.
Yep.
So will the same thing happen with George Pickens? I think the situations obviously are a little bit different than with Dak Prescott because of the positions they play and the fact that CeeDee Lamb has already signed a long-term deal. I'm just not sure if the Cowboys want to invest that much in 2 wide receivers.
Although, if you're playing the long game, how long does CeeDee Lamb have left on his current deal? 2 years?
Well, he's got 3. He just signed it last year, right? Was it last year or 2 years ago?
Pledge, look that up real quick.
Might have been 2 years ago.
But could the Cowboys be staggering? And what one, I don't know, does Dak get another contract? And Dak has never taken a below-market contract, but I can't imagine he gets another record-setting contract. But when you look at if they ideas tag him this year, 27.3, and then next year is going to be around 32. Next year and this year, far cheaper than if he gets a long-term deal. So if the plan is we'll play him on the tag twice and then sign his long-term deal, by then they might be ready to move off of CeeDee Lamb. So you aren't paying both those guys that kind of money at the same time. And I say that still $30 million, $32 million for George Pickens next year. And I'm sure the Cowboys are also trying to factor in what is the salary cap going to go up to next year. Jerry has said many times nobody has a better grasp at what that's going to be than him. Now, take him at his word for that, but that's going to factor in as well. So he signed his deal in 2024.
So it kicked in last year.
Yeah.
So he's got 3 years left on that deal.
And if you do a long-term deal in 2 years after he plays on the tag twice, that first year could be lower because of the huge signing bonus, and you have it balloon at the back end. So there might be some serious math gymnastics going on trying to figure out how this could work down the road. Now, there's a bunch of other guys that are also going to be looking to sign their new contracts. You think about the last couple of years, some of their first-round picks that are going to be due, like let's see, Tyler Smith already got paid, right? Tyler Guyton?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know that Tyler Guyton.
Not sure.
I mean, there's always going to be other contracts, and the Cowboys are very top-heavy. And I don't know that they get credit enough for this. But when you look at their best players and the top players pay-wise, the Cowboys lead that list. And it's not like you could say that guy, other than Dak, because I know where some of you are going to go immediately, but it's not like they've got a lot of bad top-heavy contracts. But they do have some of the best players in the league. The problem when you have that is it's hard to find the right depth because your contracts are so top-heavy. Every NFL team, you got 5 or 6 guys that are set for life. Then you've got another 20 or so that are, if they're good with their money, they're fine. And then the other half of the roster, 60, 70% of the roster, they're going to have to go get real jobs in 3 to 5 years. That's that roster turnover, and it's kind of designed that way. Cowboys seem to have more of the top-end players, though, but that's a credit to who they've been able to draft and develop and pay, which has always been their motto.
Well, I'm not sure those guys will actually have to get jobs. Maybe they will, but, I mean, unless you're, I don't know, you're making $800,000 a year, then you might have to do that. Most of those guys, they'll get paid pretty well. And I mean, you're talking about a huge salary cap offer. But, look, I just don't see how, if you're that top heavy on offense, you've got an Overshown you got to consider paying.
Who just hired Mulligetta.
Who just hired Mulligetta. You've got some players, and I'm just not sure that a top heavy offense with 3 players making the kind of money that those guys will be making, if indeed, they signed Pickens to a long-term deal, which I I'll believe it when I see it. But I just don't know. I think Jerry and Steven are content to let him play on the franchise tag because they want another year to see. Is he going to be the guy that we can count on? Is he going to be the guy that's a good citizen? Is he going to show up for meetings on time? Is he going to be that guy? And can we trust this guy? And I think they clearly said that at this point in time, they can't.
Nope.
And that's why they put him on the franchise tag. They want him there. They want him to play for the Cowboys this year, but I don't think they can trust him to sign him long-term yet. If he has another year like he had last year and he is a good citizen, a good teammate, then maybe you think about that next year. But I think in my mind, from what Jerry and Steven said, this year Pickens is going to play on the franchise tag if he's a member of the Dallas Cowboys, which I have no reason to believe he won't be. I just don't see a long-term deal this year for George Pickens. If that comes next year, perhaps. But this year, I think he's playing on the tag. And I don't think there's any other – it's either the tag or a trade, and I don't see a trade. So I think Pickens will be there on the tag.
I think, by all accounts, from the Cowboys, they want to play him on the tag, and he's a part of the offensive plans for the year. So if a trade comes up, it better be one of those trades that just blows the doors off of anything that the Cowboys would be expecting.
Which I don't think it will.
I mean,
because somebody's going to have to sign him to a long-term deal. So you're not going to give up the farm and then sign George Pickens to a long-term contract. I just don't see that happening. I think he's a Dallas Cowboy this year playing on the tag.
And what a steal for a third-round pick. And if you get 2 years out of him, and your third-round pick, and you saw what he did for the offense last year, what a move. But that's what I mean. And I'm with you, because anybody that trades for him is going to sign him to a long-term deal. So are they going to give up a 1 or a 2 unless there's another player involved? But what is somebody willing to give up to get George Pickens, knowing the financial commitment that they've got to make to him?
And that could very well be the case for any team that's looking at George Pickens. How does he play this year? How is he as a teammate? I mean, there were a lot of questions with Pickens coming out of Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And they let him go for a reason. And now he played extremely well last year, but there were some flags, late for meetings and stuff like that. So I think all of that's got to play into consideration before you invest $100+ million in a guy that's going to be your number one wide receiver. So it's going to be interesting to see. And I think a lot of teams will be looking at that as well, Jason. I honestly do. So we'll see how George does this year. I mean, you look at the Cowboys on paper, if everything goes the way it went last year, nothing bad happens, and that defense is improved, then you got to look at the Cowboys as a contender. And George Pickens would be a part of that. And a big part of it. So
here we go. Now I will say I want to correct myself on something, because I can't argue with most of the big contracts the Cowboys have. I forgot Deron Bland. Outside of him, now granted, when healthy, but he hasn't been healthy since he signed that deal. He's got to fix a foot. But when you look at Dak, CD, Tyler Smith, Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, Jake Ferguson, Jalen Thompson is now in there. Brandon Aubrey, Rashawn Gary, George Pickens, the deal they signed for Javonte Williams. Outside of Deron, and Bland's contract might actually be pretty good if he can get back to being the intercepting machine that he was. That got him that contract, but he also had 2 fully functioning feet when he signed that contract. What can Christian Parker get out of him? But of all their big contracts, and I said they were all good, I forgot about Deron Bland.
Well, and Bland, unfortunately, they've had some bad luck there. Trayvon Diggs was good, signed his deal, and then he wasn't. And so, hopefully Bland comes through. But yeah, injuries are a problem because you look at Bland, you look at Overshown, and you're just hoping that those guys can be healthy, and that's been a problem for some of those guys. But the Cowboys' defense has improved. In my mind, they're going to be much better than they were. They have to be because they can't be much worse. So they got to be better. And so if the offense is the same as it was last year, this is going to be a very difficult team to beat. all things being equal and health and all of that stuff. And so now I'm not one of those Cowboys that says it's our year Super Bowl. I'm not going to say that. Maybe you will, Jason, but I'm not going to say that.
I quit saying that, and I don't know.
But I
2008.
I honestly believe Philadelphia's still the class of the NFC East until somebody knocks them off. I think the Giants are going to be a little bit better, depending on how they mesh. I don't know about Washington and what they're going to do, but
they suck.
They're that's the NFC East. I think is going to be pretty damn good. Not bad. San Antonio Spurs, we're all happy today. They knocked off and sent Portland packing on vacation for the summer. They are just sitting back waiting. I did see a tweet, though, from the Spurs. They will have practice tomorrow. So Mitch is going to try and keep these guys in his game shape as possible for however long they have to sit. And I think he's smart to do that because, well, just in case Minnesota wins, you're looking at a weekend start to a second-round series. If not, you're probably looking at a Tuesday start at a second-round series. So the job for Mitch Johnson and those players is to keep active and be ready for whatever happens. Not only that, we've got NBA basketball. So we'll talk a little Spurs, a little NBA playoff basketball, and get ready for the second round. That feels so good to say. As we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, I love football, all kinds of football. And in San Antonio, we have the Gunslingers playing indoor football over at Freeman Coliseum. Now, they don't have another home game until Saturday, May 16th, 4 o'clock. And it's going to be a Star Wars-themed game. Out-of-this-world Star Wars game. They're taking on San Diego inside Freeman Coliseum. And, of course, it's indoor football. You get the high-scoring, big touchdowns, big hits up against the wall. But it's about Star Wars. Lightsaber-filled showdown. Epic Star Wars vibes all afternoon. And if you're one of the first fans through the door, you're going to get a free lightsaber. They want you to show up at the game in your Star Wars gear. Pledge has a costume ready to go, and he wants to add that free lightsaber. If you want to be like Pledge, get your tickets now, sagunslingers.com, sagunslingers.com, or you can buy them at the Freeman Coliseum box office. Again, it's the Star Wars-themed game Saturday, May 16th as the Gunslingers take on San Diego at Freeman Coliseum. Kickoff is at 4 o'clock. Get your tickets now, sagunslingers.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the Spurs await the next victim. We'll get you ready for Denver, Minnesota, what happened in the closeout games the night before, and more NFL talk as they're working out up at the Star. Party's going to be fun. Set your alarm. It starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Spring into savings this truck month at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville, your 6-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year. Lease a 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew LT for $589 a month, 0 down. Or drive a 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew Custom for $36,999. New heavy duties have 3.9% financing, no payments for 90 days. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes by Loop 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Mom deserves more than flowers and a card. Enter to win the JTV Mother's Day Getaway at jtv.com/sweepstakes. You could win a 6-night cruise to Grand Cayman, Mexico, and the Bahamas, plus $1,000 spending money and a $1,000 gift card to shop JTV. It's a mom's dream come true. Enter the JTV Mother's Day Getaway now at jtv.com/sweepstakes. And new customers receive a one-time $25 off of a purchase of $50 or more.
San Antonio has a drinking problem, and it's getting worse every day. More and more people are on the bottle. This is Rob Thompson for Connecticut Quality Water Systems of San Antonio in the Hill Country, and I want to help you get off the bottle. The plastic water bottle, that is. I don't blame you. Tap water has that off taste, but buying bottled water over and over is like losing in the first round every single week. You keep paying, you keep hauling it home, and the bottled water companies keep hauling your money to the bank. There's a better way out there. Right now, when you buy Connecticut water softener, you get a K5 reverse osmosis drinking station free. It's installed right in your kitchen sink. It's like having a bottled water machine at home without the bottles. Pure, clean, great tasting water. The K5 helps remove the contaminants and reduce the stuff that messes with taste and odor. Do what Dave Ramsey recommends. Do what I do. Make the wise investment. Call Connecticut today, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE. Go get one today. I know you're going to be thanking me later.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
The largest gun show in San Antonio is at the Shriner Auditorium this weekend. Texas Gun Shows is open this Friday from 4 to 7 p.m., 10 a.m. to 5 Saturday, and then 10 a.m. to 4 Sunday. Texas Gun Shows is at the Shriner Auditorium on 1604 this Friday through Sunday.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature-Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
The Morning Huddle.
Almost everybody on their team has a Vich or something like that in their name. They've got 3 starters: Ivasic, Stojakovic, and Merkovic. So they've got 3 Viches starting for them.
Well, I think only Virginia has as many Viches as Illinois.
Well, Illinois has more Viches coming off the bench too. They've got another Ivasic, and they've got a Petrovic that comes off the bench. They got so many Viches.
You got Viches, I got Viches.
And man, these Viches be ballin'. These Viches be ballin' when they play guys who don't. If you ain't got the right Viches, you're not gonna
win.
You know what Brad Underwood's gonna say to you? Vich, please.
Grab some wood, Vich.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, what a great day it's been here in San Antonio. Everybody's celebrating the Spurs, knocking off the Portland Trail Blazers. Moving on to the second round. The question now is, who will they face in that second round? Minnesota or Denver? And, well, we may not know until Saturday who they play.
If Minnesota somehow can close this thing out, and I don't think that they will, they're just too shorthanded. The hardest part will be Spurs fans not thinking this is going to be a sweep and let's get ready for the Western Conference Finals. And honestly, if Minnesota somehow beats Denver tomorrow night, that's exactly what it should be. Because without Anthony Edwards, there will be zero respect for Minnesota, even if they knock off Denver without those guys.
You're right. None whatsoever. There will be none. And probably rightfully so. Look, I guess all they've got is Rudy Gobert. Well, they got Julius Randle, too, who played pretty well in the game, the last game between Denver, but that's not enough to beat this Spurs team. If you have an Ant and a Dante DiVincenzo, then it's a different ball game. Because, look, Minnesota, even now, is a pretty good defensive team. They can put up some defense. And so, but even with those guys, I would feel pretty good about Minnesota. My issue is with Denver, it's something about Denver. And we talked about this last week, Jason. Mm-hmm. It's in the playoffs, it's about matchups. And you can't get too excited about whatever team you're playing because you have to look at those matchups. That's why I think Denver is struggling with Minnesota. They don't match up well with them. And the Spurs, at least in the regular season, didn't match up too well with Denver.
Well, and that's, I mean, it's weird how the playoff bracket worked out. Minnesota and Denver, San Antonio. San Antonio seems to match up well with Oklahoma City based off of regular season.
Yes.
Excuse me. Can't wait till this crap is done.
You sound a little stuffy. You're a little stuffy there, Minix. But that's all right. We're close, man. You can go home and hit some steam and chicken soup and, all of that good stuff.
So I went to the doctor yesterday. A sinus infection that turned into an ear infection.
Wow.
Which I've never had an ear infection in my life.
I only thought kids got ear infections.
Well,
seriously.
I mean, I'm with you, but because of all the pollen, all the allergies, is created the sinus infection, and that goes because yesterday we were doing the show prep about 12:30ish.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see my computer screen. I was just dizzy and out of focus.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I got to go. And then I got this wonderful device on Amazon that the doctor told me to get that sucks all the snot out of your nose. You'd be horrified with what's in there.
I don't even want to know or even any description of it, but I'm sure you're going to go home and get some more of that
I'll do it
crap
again.
out of there.
I mean, when you're in the middle of that thing, you do question your life choices, but when it's over, you feel really good.
Well, I'm sure you do, and I know a lot of people use that Navage thing, but
And this is far better than Navage, from what I'm told.
Yeah,
from what I'm told.
And I hear it works. Yeah, I've got stuff. I don't have one
neti
of those,
pot,
but yeah,
which is what I normally do.
Right. But I don't know. With the allergies this time of year, and I'll knock on wood, don't bother me. It's the wintertime, that mountain cedar, man, that kills me every single year.
The mold and the fact that they don't vacuum the carpet on the walls in this studio, I think, get me.
Our boss yesterday after you left said that he's going to look into having somebody clean the carpets.
I was bitching about it.
Well, there you go.
It's like it's pretty common. If you watch this show, on YouTube especially, well, it's the only place to watch it, through sasportstar.com. About an hour into the show, both Joe and I get a little from the crap.
A little bit, yeah.
That you walk in here, and it takes about an hour every day. But my allergies are so bad that I probably have to look at, I was told, might want to change your allergy medicine. It might not work anymore.
So you need to go to one of those allergy doctors, Minix, where they stick about 1 million pins in your back and figure out what you're allergic to.
I'll suffer. You're right, though. I might need to do that because it is seemingly getting worse. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day who's your age, and he's lived here his whole life, and this summer is the first time he's had allergies in his life.
Oh, wow.
How does that happen?
I don't know, because San Antonio historically is really bad with allergies, and I know the mold's been bad. The air quality has been bad. So, all of those things. But again, I've been fortunate in the spring and summertime. It's only that winter, the mountain cedar, man, that's what knocks me on my butt. So hang in there. Go home and use the water and blow your nose.
Apple cider vinegar.
That's it, right? I suck that stuff down. Trying to get through a show.
That's the problem. You don't. You spit it out.
Well, of course.
You're a spitter. You don't suck it down.
Well, and you probably should. That stuff's pretty good for you. In fact, we started taking, my wife got these apple cider vinegar gummies.
Oh, yeah?
And so we take those every morning. Apple cider vinegar is supposed to be really good for you.
Oh, I might stop and get some.
Well,
at this point, I'll take all the remedies that are out there.
Well, I don't know if it help your sinuses, but it helps if you got a bad throat.
Well,
cleans all the crap out
all
of
the
there.
sinus, where does it drain? Down your throat.
You got to put an egg in your sock.
An egg?
An egg in my sock?
Yeah.
While my foot's in there? I don't understand.
It's one of those.
Yeah, the old wives' tale. Sometimes they put an egg on you or break an egg. I don't know if it's...
I mean, I think, don't they just rub an egg on your forehead or something? But why does it got to be in your sock? And because that's going to be gross in your shoe. right? Have you tried this?
I don't know why.
If it's a raw egg, that would kind of suck if you're walking around with egg yolk on your foot all day.
Yeah.
That would kind of suck. And then even if it's hard boiled,
it's going to smell.
That ain't going to be good. Oh, my
because they just get gooey and sticky and stick all over everything.
Exactly.
So we've got Orlando and Detroit. Orlando can finish off the top-seeded Detroit Pistons tonight.
You know, I don't think that they will tonight, but I think they will. This is a game 5 for them, game 5. It's back in Detroit tonight.
Yep.
I think Detroit wins this one tonight, but then Orlando will take care of them in the next round. Detroit's very disappointing. It really is. They're really disappointing. They played the regular season pretty well until Cade Cunningham got his lung thing that he had to sit out for so long. But they're some pieces away. They've got to put some talent around Cade Cunningham because right now he's really nobody's playing well. Too, except for him. They got to put some talent around that kid.
They do, but as a 1 seed, you also have an elimination game tonight. The Lakers can finish off James Pledger's Houston Rockets.
Wow.
Not often I root for the Lakers. And then you got Cleveland and Toronto in a series that's tied 2-2. This will be a fun watch because my buddy Mark Kestisher is doing the game on television. He's been the voice of ESPN radio for years and years and years and years. He gets some TV assignments every now and then, but this will be his first NBA playoff game on television. So I'm happy for old Kesty.
Well, good.
Him and PJ Carlissimo will be on the call.
Oh, PJ's great.
Yep.
Love PJ. Look, Toronto and Cleveland, I keep wanting Cleveland to be good, and they just don't ever, grant my wish. And Toronto's not a slouch team, but Cleveland ought to be handling them, I would think.
Well, they would think, but you look over in the East. The top-seeded Pistons are about to be out. There's times that you think, like Boston was my pick, and then you see games like last night. I mean, they still lead the series 3-2. They're still going to win, but they were awful last night. The Knicks, they either lose a close game or they win in a blowout. The Knicks actually look like right now the best team in the East.
I don't know. I know Philly beat the hell out of Boston last night, but I still wouldn't. I'm still going Boston coming out of the East.
I mean, I agree that was my pick. But right now, watching teams play, is there any confidence with anybody in the East that would knock off either San Antonio or Oklahoma City in the NBA Finals?
I don't think so. I think San Antonio or Oklahoma City would have more trouble just because of the talent on Boston than the Knicks. The Knicks are just like Jekyll and Hyde sometimes, man. You just don't know what you're going to get. Last night they played excellent. I mean, they looked fantastic last night. But you just don't know what you're going to get night in and night out from the Knicks. I think with Boston, and Boston is weird because Derek White is not having – yeah, he is not – and he's not having a good series. So he's got to step up and do something. But I just think with those guys and those stars, I think Boston is still the team that's going to come out of the East. And you got to figure, although Boston won't be an easy out for either OKC or San Antonio, but I think either one of those teams gets it done. Whoever wins the Western Conference Finals, if it is those two teams, I think wins the championship.
Now, I know you're a little pissy because, you got to wait till tomorrow for the Minnesota-Denver game.
Yes.
There is some really good hockey tonight. Montreal-Tampa Bay, that series is tied at 2.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Philadelphia can finish off Pittsburgh. And then later tonight, really late, 9 o'clock, Utah and Vegas.
Mammoth.
That series is tied 2-2.
Now, is it Utah Mammoth?
Yeah.
Or the Mammoth is?
No, it's just the Mammoth.
Just one.
Yeah.
There's only one. That's all they need is one.
There's just the Mammoth.
Just Mammoth.
Yes.
Just one.
Sure.
That's all they need in Utah. Well, I won't be watching hockey, and certainly won't be watching the Utah Mammoth late tonight. I am going to watch some basketball. I want to watch that Rockets-Lakers game. I damn sure want to watch that. It's 9 o'clock tip, and I do want to see that game. Because I think, I don't know. I think the Lakers have overachieved, and I'm going to give even though I'm not a huge fan, LeBron James a lot of credit. And that dude has.
Hold on.
That dude has.
Breaking news. Hold on. Breaking news. Brian Eagle giving praise to the king.
Yeah,
Bronny has earned that.
Well, not Bronny, LeBron or LeBronda.
I don't think there was anybody that was confused besides James Pledger.
I hope not. Although I saw what every show the other day was just making a big. Did you see LeBron the alley-oop to his son Bronny? Oh my goodness, dude! Please.
Would you get to your damn compliment?
Well,
Try, my friend. Try. Don't be distracted.
With all of their injuries to Austin Reeves and Luka, look, LeBron has stepped up. And he has led that team to where they are right now. And props to him. He deserves the respect for that.
You know, and I've seen some of the teasers, but apparently Malika, Andrew's husband, has done a series of interviews throughout the year with LeBron that are being released, and really in-depth. And on the MJ debate, he finally answers, they one of one, and he's right. They both do things a little bit differently. Some things MJ's better at, some things LeBron is better at. He used to be bothered by his 4-6 record in the finals versus MJ's 6-0, and that doesn't bother him anymore at this point in his career. It does look like an interesting watch, and as you are getting closer to the end of what is going to be a surefire Hall of Fame career, paying him the proper respects, but seeing what he is doing at his age, you know, and the fact that he did take, in some cases, the third row seat is from being the guy to the third row for this team to be better. But when needed to be the guy, he can still be the guy at his age. It is impressive what he's doing, whether you like the guy or not.
No, it is. And I'm going to give him the respect, although he did look a little gassed in the last game against the Houston Rockets. They have had a couple of days off since then, so I expect LeBron to be rested and ready for tonight's game. And I'm with you. I hope they knock off. Although we did see on ESPN that Luka is not expected to be back for the start of the round 2 matchup should the Lakers move on and face OKC. So I don't know how much longer he's going to be out. Austin Reeves could actually play tonight. And so he's obviously close to being back, and that's going to help the Lakers out. But Luka, still not ready to go just yet. So that's concerning. Lots to talk about all week long, obviously, and I am looking forward to that Minnesota-Denver game tomorrow night. Pledge, you got a show?
I do, and I'm reading this last comment before y'all sign off. It's by @Weeks. It says, hell is frozen over.
Well, yeah, don't expect it.
I mean, that segment right there, as Claymore points out, hockey talk and LeBron James complimentary talk from one Joe Reinagle.
Yeah,
Hell has frozen over.
I'm in a good mood.
And I'm the one taking all kinds of drugs right now for my sinus infection, but it's what's coming out of your mouth.
I'm in a good mood. Spurs won last night. The LIV Golf Tour is going away. The life is good. Pleasure's coming up next. Be sure and join AJ and Rob in the morning huddle tomorrow morning. They'll get started at 6 o'clock. Minix and I will be back here at 2 o'clock.